If you've ever wanted to build a website where you could rent out a product or a service on an hourly, daily, or nightly basis for booking, you're in the right place. My name is Jason Kenya, and in today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you guys how to build an amazing website where you could rent out any product or service on an hourly, daily, or nightly basis, all for free without no programming knowledge needed. Let me show you what we'll be covering in today's tutorial. First things first, I'm going to show you where you can get an amazing hosting service to host your rental or your booking website so that it's going to be fast, secure, and it's going to rank well on the internet. Then I'm going to show you where you can get your very own .com domain name so that you can use that to name your rental or your booking website. Then we are going to install WordPress. WordPress is the most powerful website builder on the web, and it powers over 43% of websites on the internet, so it's the best option for your rental or for your booking website. Then we are going to be installing Motopress booking calendar, and this is an amazing plugin that's going to be adding the daily, nightly, and hourly rental function onto our website. With this plugin, you can add calendars for your various services. You can also add forms to appear on the pages for your clients to fill as they are booking the service or the products. You can also add the notifications to send a notification email to the administrator to the customer when an order is received or when an order is placed. And with this amazing plugin, you can also manage bookings by viewing the info of the person and then the price of what they booked and then their reservations as well. And when we are done with all of that, we are going to be using Elementor, which is a drag and drop page builder, to design a beautiful landing page for our website. And if you stick with me to the end of this video, you're going to be having a beautiful website to display your rental or your booking products or services. You're also going to be having the calendar booking functionality so that your clients can easily book that product or your service. So before we proceed, let me show you what the website we're building looks like. Alright guys, so now at the top, as you can see, we have this opening hours section with our socials on the header. Then this is our main header. Okay, so this is like a top bar and this is our main header. Here we have our logo. I'll show you where to get one of these for free or how to create one for free. Then we have our menu links, so home, about, cars, contact, and then a book now button. And this is our main hero. Okay, so we have a car rentals notification. We also have some text over here, our button, and then lastly we have a beautiful car with our background image. I'll show you how to do that as well. So if we scroll down a little, you see that we have some information over here, right? So one-way rentals, luxury rentals. When you hover, you get these effects. Okay, now let's move to this section. Here we have images. Okay, this beautiful image over here with the snowflake design. Then we have some about us information with icon boxes as well. So that's for the about section. All right, now this is the services section. This has to be my favorite section of all of them. However, you get these beautiful effects, right? And you can change these services to any of the services that your rental institution offers. All right, now let's move down. We have our featured cars section. Okay, and I also really like this place because of how the featured cars are displayed. You can use these tabs to change between all the featured cars as well. And then here, as you can see, we have some information about the cars. So like I said, if you were renting out maybe an event center or something else, you can also tweak this to, to suit your needs as well. It doesn't have to be car rentals. Okay, what you learn from this video, you can apply it in any other type of rental business you are doing. Now let's move down. This is just an information section. You see, so icon box, text as well. And then lastly, not lastly, but we have our gallery over here as well. Okay, so if I hover, we have this effect. And if you want to change these images, it's up to you. And I'll also provide the images that I used in this video on my website in case you just want to use them for the learning experience. All right, now let's move down, and over here we have the why chooser section. So if I hover on this, as you can see, we have this effect and then some reasons why you should choose our company. Then we have lastly our client testimonials and then our call to action over here, our CTA, and here is our footer, right? So I can use this to just go straight to the about page, and then boom, here we are. So we have the about us call to action over here, and if I scroll down, we also have some brands information, and then here we have our process, right? So how it works. So sign up, search your vehicle, pay, take out to road, simple, right? And then if we move down, we also have this vision mission section. So you can use this to change what is being displayed for your vision and your mission. And I'll show you how to do this as well. This is just a very modern way of displaying your vision and mission on your website as well. Now let's scroll down. We have the team behind the company. So these are your team members. You can also put that there as well, and you'll be good to go. Now the next page we'll be going to is the cars page, right? If you go to the cars page, over here, as you can see, we have some of our popular cars. So the Land Cruiser with some information about the cars, and then with the pictures of the cars, and you can also click on this to just rent the cars instantly. Then let's go to contact. So over here, you can enter your contact info. Okay, so this is the hero. This is just the contact form over here. So you can enter your contact info, and then this is a map. Okay, and then we are back to the footer. And then lastly, if I click on book now, and now I should mention this, okay, but if you rent out any kind of, any kind of property like a car or like an event center, basically anything that needs a calendar to keep the whole renting out process in check, this video is exactly for you. Okay, anything that you rent out or that you want people to book will work with calendars, right? So that sometimes people book don't overlap with others and the rest. So this video is perfect for you. It doesn't have to be cars, like I said, it can be anything else, right? So if I click on this, for example, as you can see, all the cars that are available on my site come, and I can only book, I only have one of these cars. I set this to 1, right? And I can click on book, and I can just click on checkout, and then I can fill a form. So over here, you can enter your name, email, and I'll show you how to change this form so that every information that you need for the booking will be integrated as well. When you are done, you can just click book now, and then you'll be redirected to the successful booking page. Okay, so this is a full tutorial on calendar booking. Basically, if you need any calendar booking feature in any kind of service or property you are renting out, this is the tutorial for you. So now that we are done going to the website, let me tell you about some of the things you're going to need to start. Alright guys, so you might be asking, what's the first thing you're going to need to start? Well, basically the first thing you're going to need is a hosting server. Right, let me explain what this means a little. A hosting server is where all your website's files are stored. So everything from images, emails, databases, text, everything is stored on your hosting server, okay? And it just basically judges how fast your website is going to be. What I mean by that is, if you get a good hosting, your website is going to be fast, it's going to be secure as well, and it's going to be protected from those kind of hackers and malicious attacks on the net. But if you get a cheap and crappy hostings, you're basically going to get the opposite of everything I'm saying, right? And I just found this amazing hosting service. They are called WordPress. Normally I talk about hosting, but WordPress too are very good people, and I wanted to show you guys about their hosting today in this video. So just open a new tab and use the link in the description, and it's going to take you over to wordpress.com. And once you're over here, just navigate to web hosting, okay, and click on hosting for WordPress. And then you're going to find different types of hosting plans you can choose. Okay, so let's scroll down, let's go through them actually. So as you can see here, we have the basic plan, just $299 per month. That's amazing. You have one click WordPress installation, one website, unlimited bandwidth, free migrations. You have a light speed web server, obviously the control panel as well, free SSL certificates and everything. So this is an amazing plan if you're just looking for one website. $499 gives you 100 websites, so that's a major boost. They also have the premium one as well. So if you click on start now, for example, it's going to take you to a place where you can order the whole hosting. Okay, so once I've clicked on start now, I can just add, it would have added the basic hosting plan to my cart, as you can see. So over here I have you can either pay monthly, annually, or triennially, sorry, and you can choose where your server is. So this will depend, which state you are closest to, then you choose your server. And you can register a new domain as well. And if all of that sounds good, just add to your cart, and you can pay with either PayPal or your card, and then you are good to go. Once you pay, it will take you straight to the cPanel, and then you can just install WordPress from there. Okay, so that is the first thing I'm going to need, a hosting server. Then I'm going to need your domain name, right? So your domain name is basically what your site is called on the internet. So google.com is a domain name, amazon.com is a domain name, jasonkenya.com is also a domain name. These are all domain names that are there and they are taken. So you must choose which domain name you want. Right now I'm using a subdomain, okay, but you are going to need a real domain. And one of the good things with WordPress is that once you buy their hosting, you're also going to get a domain name for free. So when you buy it, you just enter the name of the domain you want. Maybe you want yours to be cars.com or something. You are free to do that. Once you enter it, you are good to go. And when you've gotten your domain, then you also need to have a fresh WordPress installation. And once you install WordPress on your domain, you can get started building the website. Alright guys, so once you've installed WordPress on your domain, it should look a little something like this. Right now, I want to give you a little crash course. I want to take you through the whole dashboard so that you understand what every part does before we start. Okay. And real quick, right now our dashboard looks very messy, right? So we should clean it. And you can do that by clicking on that dismiss over there and then using these little arrows to just sort of arrange everything. Or you can click on screen options, right? And you can just uncheck all of these. Now your dashboard is clean, right? If you're a beginner and you're looking at this, you will not worry. The first time it will be a bit complicated. Okay, if you go to updates, basically WordPress has some things called themes and plugins, right? And WordPress itself actually gets updates. So the updates place is like a one-stop shop for you to update everything. So you can update WordPress, update your plugins, update your themes all from one place without having to do all of them one by one, right? Now, if you go to post, right, any post that you write on your site, like a blog post, for example, this is where you view all of them, and this is where you can actually click on add post to write a post. The category section just means if you were writing a post about AI, then that's category, or the category of that post is AI. Okay, that's a bad example. Let's say we're writing a post about ChatGPT, right? The category of that post is AI. So that will fall, that's what the categories are for. You can create categories for your post. Now let's go to media. Any file that you upload to your site, whether it's like a picture or it's like a document, anything like that, it's all going to appear over here, the media library. And you click on add media file to actually add a file to your media library. So all the images we'll be using over here, we'll actually upload them here. Okay, now let's go to all pages. Now with the pages section, you see all the pages I have over here, from home, about, cars, contact. This is where I created all of them, and this is where we are going to be creating all of our pages in this tutorial. Okay, for the comments, if you allow something to be commented on, for the most part it will be posts, right? So if someone comments on a post on your site, this is where you can see the post. You can approve it, reply, or spam or trash it, right? We'll come to appearance and themes, appearance and plugins a bit later. Right now, let's go to users. Okay, so for now, we are the only user on this site, but you can add users to your website, whether you want administrators, editors, subscribers. These are all users, and they have different levels of, let's say, power when it comes to your website, right? So I'm the only user on my site for now. Let's go to profile. Okay, and you can customize some things. The color scheme, normally I like to use modding when I'm not doing any tutorials, but for the sake of this tutorial, we can leave it on default, right? This is the toolbar. You can let it be on when you are viewing the site. We want the site language to be default. Username is Jason, so maybe I can type in my first name and then my last name over here. Right, you can also type in a nickname and display name publicly as, sorry, I typed this wrong. Display name publicly as Jason. Let's see, Jason Kenya. Right, this is great. You can enter your email on your website. So my website is https://jasonkenya.com. Great. You can also enter some little biographical info if you want. When you're done with all of that, you can just update your profile. Tools are a bit more advanced. We don't really need any of them in this tutorial. Now let's go to settings and let's go to general. We are going to be doing some things here. So this is the name of our site. When you are installing WordPress, they'll ask you for the name of your website, and you can enter it there, or you can also change it here. So I want mine to be Jason Ride. The tagline will be maybe, let's say, travel the world, I guess, something like this, right? You can also choose a site icon. That's this little icon over here, and I'll show you how to upload one for yourself a bit later. Okay, now let's scroll down, and I want to change my time zone. So I'm in Ghana, in Accra. So if I scroll up, I'm going to find Accra over here. So that's what I'll choose. So choose your own time zone. All right, if you have the time formats, I like the capital ones, and then the week starts on Sunday, and I can just save changes. So for now, this is good, right? And now let's go to permalinks. Okay, now the best way I can explain this is by actually showing you what it looks like. Okay, so basically with WordPress, whenever you have a post or a page, there's a way it structures the link, and that's called the permalink. Okay, now maybe some of you, it may be on month and name, day and name, but you want it to be on post name. Okay, so over here, as you can see, I have this hello world post, right? If I open this in a new tab, you see that it's called hello world, and the link was structured using the name of the post, hello world, right? If this was on maybe day and name, it would have been the date and then the name, and we don't want the permalink to look like that. It's messy, it's bad for SEO. So you just want it to be on post name. That's the best. If it's not, change it to post name, click on save changes, and then you are good to go. So that's basically everything for this site. Okay, now let's go to appearance and go to themes. So themes, let me try and explain this to you. Let's say I was to open my site right now. Okay, this is what our site looks like currently. Now a theme is what judges how your website is going to look like. Okay, the look of your website is going to vary based on the theme you are using. Now the theme doesn't exactly build a website for you, it just provides a structure for you to build the site, right? With, some of them have restrictions, some of them have less restrictions as well. But mainly what themes are being used for these days are the headers and the footers. Okay, the pages these days, we have page builders like Elementor, Divi, and even the block editor Gutenberg. You can use them to build your pages now, but the themes just serve as like the basis for everything. So if I was to activate this theme, rather, you see right now this is what our website looks like, right? But if I was to activate this theme and I refresh my page, you're going to see that now the look of the site has changed. Okay, so that's all themes are about. Themes just provide a structure for you to build your website. Now I want us to actually delete some of the themes. So to delete, you just click on it, click on delete, and click on OK, right? Because we're not going to be using them. So I'll click on this, click on delete, click on OK, then I'm good to go. Now what will I do next? We want to add our own theme, and there are many themes that are great. There's Astra, Blosky, Ocean WP, Cadence, Neve. There are so many themes out there, and they also have their own purposes. Some can also be used for like general purposes as well. Okay, so if you look over here, there are a lot of themes you can choose from, but ideally the theme we'll be using is Astra. If you don't see it, just come to the search box and type in the name Astra, and then you'll find it. Okay, so this is the theme we'll be using. What I want you to do is just click on install, okay, and then give it a few seconds, and it's going to install the Astra theme. Now when you are done, you can click on activate, and it's going to activate the Astra theme. Astra is an amazing theme, from its display to its starter template. I just like everything about it. I use Blosky and Astra mostly, so I vary between the two, but for now they are my top two themes. Okay, so if I go back to my site and I refresh, you're going to see that now the look of the site has completely changed because of the new theme we are using, right? Now let's close this, okay? And we have to do something. The first thing I want us to do is I want us to like customize the theme, okay? Because we have some colors and some specific fonts we are using. So I want us to change that before we actually get to installing the plugins. So you can click on customize from here. That's going to take you to a part that almost every theme has. That's the customizer, right? It's not exactly a page builder, but it's the most basic form of an editor you can use just to change some styles and like edit your theme and everything, right? So obviously it's going to give us this, right? This is not what we want it to display at all, because we want it to display a blank page, right? So actually let's do something. Let's click on this X button to get out of here, then go to pages and then click on add page, okay? And then what I want us to do is that we want to have this page here, our home page. Right now, if someone searches for our website, this is the page they're going to be brought to, our post page, and that's not what we want. We want them to be brought to our home page. So to create a home page, just click on add page and then here type in home. Okay, that's all you have to do, and click on publish for now. We'll come back here and edit some things, but for now, this is good. Just click on that and then you're good to go. Now let's go back here, and then you should see settings and go to reading. Now I wanted to mention this earlier, but it's specified if you created a page first, right? So right now your home page displays, we see our latest post. Your home page displays our latest post, but we don't want it to display that. We want it to display our home page. Our home page to display a certain page, and that page is home. So reading settings, your home page, make this a static page, and on home page just select home and click on save changes, right? Now if you have Lightspeed cache installed, you might have to click on page all to just declare the cache, okay, for everything to be cool. And then when you go back and you refresh your page, you're going to see that now you're brought to the home page. Okay, so now let's actually customize it again. We'll click on appearance and then we'll click on customize, and it's going to take us back to the customizer. So let me just clear this. Now let's go to global and let's go to typography. Now there are some fonts we are going to be using, right? So we want to set the base font, right? The headings font, we can make this outfit, okay? For the headings, we want this font to be outfit, and the base font we'll be using is just these two fonts, okay? They are very, very amazing, and they really give that whole modding feel to your website, and they are the fonts I'm using over here. So that's what we'll be using for our website, okay? This is web design 101. So yeah, these are the fonts we'll be using. Anyway, let's go back and let's go to colors, right? So now I want us to use this orange color, but maybe you have your own colors. It's also possible for you to put them there. If you don't have any colors and you want to, generate some, you can go to this website, colors.cool. Okay, sorry, I didn't type that correctly. It's more like coolers.cool, right? And then when you go there, you don't even have to create an account, right? Just go there and then let me close this, and then you can just click on set the cookies. You can just click on start the generator, right? And once you do that, you're going to be brought here. So you can use your spacebar to be changing the colors and finding which one is good for you. If you like a color, you can just click on this to lock this, so that when you press the spacebar, it won't change, the rest will change. You can also click on this to copy the hex code, and you can click on this to view the different shades of the colors as well. Okay, so this is one way to get colors through coolers.cool. Or you can also get a color picker. Maybe you've seen a color somewhere, you like the color, but you're not so sure the exact hexadecimal code is using, right? So I used color picker for Firefox, but if you're on Chrome, you can also search color picker for Chrome. Okay, it's basically the same thing. So this is the one I'm using right now. If I click on it here, this one over here. Okay, if I click on this, there's also the color Zilla one you can use. Okay, if you're on Chrome, you're on Edge, it's also possible to use these ones as well. So you can get a color picker. Right now I have a color picker, so I'll actually use it to just select the orange color over here, because it's the one I want to use, right? And I'll come back, and then my accent color, I'll make it this color over here, right? This is our main color I want us to use, and then for the links to, I will change it to that color. Now all I have to do is just click on publish, and then I'm good to go. So for now, that's what we are going to be doing. Okay, we just want to change some things. Let's also go to post types, and let's go to single page, right? Page title area, just clear it from there so that this home goes away, and we'll just have the page like this. And then just click on publish. Okay, so for now, those are the most important things we'll be doing over here. I think everything is cool. So now let's close this. Okay, and we have to install our plugins. This is an exciting part. So what's our plugins? Plugins are just tools you can install that are going to give your website extra functionality. So for now, it's a plugin that I installed that helped me build this whole page. Or if I go to the book now section, it's a plugin that I installed that gave my site this calendar booking functionality for me to be able to book, cars with the calendar. So plugins are what makes your website alive. They give you that functionality. Okay, and I'm going to show you. Don't worry about this ones. If you don't have them, it's really nothing. Okay, I'm going to show you how to add all the plugins we'll be using. So here, just click on add plugin. And the first plugin we'll be adding is a page builder. That's going to help us build this beautiful car website without any coding or programming knowledge. So come back here, then in the search plugin section, just type in Elementor. Okay, this is the page builder I'm going to be using to build our websites. It's very popular in almost all the videos on my YouTube channel. I use it inside. So if you want to learn more, you can look at those videos as well. So just click on install now to install the Elementor page builder. And then to the right, you're going to see essential add-ons, right? So this essentially adds more elements to Elementor just to spice up your site and to make it nicer. So we'll be using the essential add-ons. We'll also be using elements kit. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so install the 3. Then when you're done, the next plugin I want you to install is Metform. Okay, now what would that plugin do? Let me show you. So let's go to our site, and then I'll just scroll up over here. Now you see contacts, right? So just click on, so if I click on contact, I can scroll down, and this is it here, the contact form. We are going to be using Metform to build the contact form that people can leave you questions and contact you through the contact form on your website. So let's go back. This is Metform. So just click on install now, and then you are good to go. And now the next plugins we'll be installing, we can't really get them over here on the WordPress repository. So click on the plus button to open a new tab. And the plugin I want us to get is a security plugin, one that's going to protect our website. And it's called WP Server. So type in wpserver.com, okay, and then hit the enter key, and that will take you to their website over here. So real quick, just click on download, okay. And this plugin, basically most of the settings that come with it are perfect for your site. You don't really have to customize anything. But if you really want to know in depth how you can use this plugin to protect a higher scale website where you do a lot of payments and a lot of online transactions, you can go to my YouTube channel. Okay, I have a video just for that. Okay, so when it loads, just go over to the video section. Okay, and then you can scroll down till you find this video over here. And I also have a video on how to use that Metform plugin to both a contact form to send and receive mails. So you can check these two videos out. So let's go back and then scroll down. You are going to find this link. So click on it to install the WP server. So I'm just going to save it to my downloads folder. Okay, so this is the first plugin I want us to install. So come back here, click on upload, click on browse. Okay, and then I will go to the location where I saved it. That's over here. Now upload it. Now click on install now. For now, I can close all of these pages, so we don't need them. It's not going to take long at all. Let's click on install now, and then as you can see, it's done, right? So click on go to plugin installer. Now the next plugin I want us to install is the plugin that is going to add the whole calendar booking functionality to our website. And yes, there's a free version, so we'll be using that one mainly in this tutorial, but I'll also show you about the pro version as well. So there's going to be a link in the description. Just click on it and it's going to take you over to the plugin website. Okay, so the link should bring you here. Okay, you're going to see this Motopress booking calendar. Just click on download to download the plugin. Okay, and you can save it where you want to save it. So I already have it. I'll just replace it for the sake of this video. Now come back here, click on upload plugin, and then you can use the same browsing, but I just want to drag my own. Now click on install now, and that's going to add this calendar booking functionality to our website, so that you can have your car rentals or your event center rentals, any other type of thing that you need rentals for. So now let's go back and we'll click on installed plugins here. We are going to activate all of them at a go. So click on this to select all, apart from the ones that are already activated. And over on bulk actions, just click on activate and click on apply. And it's going to activate all of the plugins for you. So we can just close this. We don't really need it. Okay, it doesn't take long. Okay, as you can see, it's already done. So first it will bring you here, right? So just click on proceed, click on next, click on next, click on next again, click on skip over here and click on finish. Okay, then you are good to go with essential add-ons. Now that you're done over here, I want us to start looking at our calendar. Okay, so you're going to see something called calendars over here, calendars. Okay, so this is the Go Premium notification. It's just going to tell you that you can go premium. So here, as you can see, price adjustment. So you can apply dynamic pricing because of the pro version, updating the final cost in real time, built-in payment gateways. There's also a Stripe payment gateway that will be integrating later this year. And also technical support, right? So the list version, you can only contact through FAQs, but with Pro, you have email, ticket system, we even log into your WordPress to help. So these are the advantages you get with the Pro version, and I'll show you the features of the Pro version as well. Okay, let's go to calendars first, and then I want us to create a calendar for our car, right? So this is a very bad example, and I want us to use a better example here. So I'll click on add calendar, right? And you can add 3 types of bookings, as you can see: daily, nightly, and hourly. The daily and nightly bookings, the interface is essentially the same, so I'll teach you about it only once, and it will apply for both. It's just the hourly bookings that's a bit different. Okay, so the label, I want to call this Benz Cars calendar. Yeah, Benz Cars calendar. Okay, so this calendar is specific to the Benz Cars. Okay, so you can also enable this if you have multiple units that can be booked. But I just want it like this. Okay, actually I should have enabled that. Never mind. So I'll click on continue, and then right now we don't have to necessarily focus on that. Okay, so now we have our Benz Cars calendar over here. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to click on this. Okay, and we can add our image for our Benz Cars calendar. Okay, so this one over here, I like the name the way it is. Okay, we can add an image for our calendar. So this is a variation. Okay, there are multiple variations you can add as well for one calendar. Okay, so these are variations for this one calendar. So this first calendar, I don't want it to be called this first variation. Sorry, I don't want it to be called Benz Cars calendar. Maybe I want it to be called Mercedes GLE 63S, because that's my dream car, right? So Mercedes GLE 63S, right? And then I need to add an image for the car. So I'll click on this and then I'll click on select files. But before I do that, the images that are going to be used in this video, you can actually get access to these images as well. So in the video description, there's going to be a link that will take you to the blog post for this video where you can download the images I use if you want to learn. If you don't find it, just go over to jasonkenya.com. Okay, just go over to my website, and then once you are there, just move to the blog page. Okay, just move to the blog page, and by the time this video comes out, there's going to be a blog post for it somewhere here. So you can just click on the title of the blog post and you can read the blog post. I spent a lot of time writing the blog post myself, so you can read for a lot of good insights. And if you want to download the images from the table of contents, you see download images used. So you can click on it and you see this section over here. So it's going to be called car rental images and files. So just click on download it, okay? And it's going to come on your PC as a zip file like this. So when you get it, all you have to do is right click on it, and then on WinRAR over here, just click extract here, okay? It's going to extract all the images over here for you. So you know what we're going to upload these images. So I'll close this and I'll go back here. I'll click on select files, okay? Then I'm going to go over to that location where all the files are being stored, which is here. So I'll upload all the images apart from this one and then this one. So I'm going to upload everything. So I'll click on open, and then it's going to upload everything one by one. This will take a while, so I'll let this finish in the background. When it's done, we'll proceed with the video. Alright, so as you can see now, all the images have been uploaded. So I'll use this one. So I'll click on select, okay? And then I can add in a description for this car. So I'll just paste in my description. Now you can click on bulk edit over here, okay? Just click on bulk edit. And now you can, like I said, we've already adjusted our dates, and you can also do it from here. Apply for selected dates, right? So for these days, Sunday, for Monday, Friday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, follow these days over here. We want to set the units, the Mercedes GLE 63S to available, right? And we charge, let's say 800 cedis, okay? So I can click on save, and once I do that, it's going to add in all the time slots. The green means they are available, right? So that means on Sunday and Saturday, they will be unavailable. So for example, if I were to deselect everything, right, and I just select Saturday, Sunday, and then I save it again, you're going to see that some of them, there will be a lot more greens for the Saturday and Sunday, right? But if I make this not available and I click on save, it's going to turn to a lot more reds, right? That means Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is available. It's just not available on Saturday and Sunday. So you can set it up like this, but I prefer to make mine available on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and no Saturday and Sunday, and the price is 800. I can click on save, okay? And that's how it's done. Right, so now as you can see, Saturdays and Sundays are not available, but all of these days are available here. So I can do one thing. You can also edit this, okay? If I select all of this, I can group edit it. So maybe from 25th to 30th, I want the card to be not available. So just click on one of them and then drag. Just click and drag with your mouse, okay? And then you can edit them as a group. You can also do the same for the pricing. I can click and drag and I can change the price for these days. Maybe I'm running a discount, okay? I'm running a discount, so this whole week the car's price can go down. You can do that as well. So this is calendar 1, okay? So I can click on add variation again. And this time, maybe, I'm sorry for all the Mercedes-Benz fans out there, I'll just call this Mercedes 2, okay? And I'll click on the image. And let's say I want this car rather. So I'll click on select, right? And then the image has come. And I want my description again. So what I can do is that I can go to my actual booking calendar over here. And I can click on this, right? And I can get a description. Now I'll come back to my site. I can actually close this and then just paste it over here and click on save. So that is our next variation, okay? And it's the same process. All you have to do is click on this. You can edit the inventory. So I want to call this Mercedes 2. So I'll clear this from there. Now click on save. Like I said, I only have one unit. If you have multiple of the cars and you click on this, you can add more to the inventory, okay? So now let's go back and we can click on bulk edit again. So same thing, right? I want this to be the range and I want to select this and I want it to be available for these days. This one, let's say, is more expensive, so I can make the price 1,500. I can click on save, and it's going to do the same thing for me. So these are for the Mercedes-Benz cars, the calendar. Okay, I can even add more. So let's do like 2 more. So I'll name this Mercedes 4. Okay, sorry, Mercedes 3. Then I'll click on the image, right? And I want it to be, let's say, this one. Okay, so I'll click on select. I can actually just the description again, right? So I can actually just copy the description. I'll just paste it in here. Then I'll click on save. Okay, and then I can click on this to edit it, and I'll just name this Mercedes 3, and I'll click on save again. Now what I can do is that I can click on bulk edit, same thing, and the price for this one is, let's say, 1,000. So I can click on save. Then I have 3 cars. Okay, 3 cars in my inventory. So this one, and then this one. Hold on, let me just check if Saturday and Sunday is not supposed to be parts. And I'll select this and I'll click on save. Okay, so I think that makes it a bit better for the availability, right? Great. So now that we are done with all of this, we can actually view what the calendar looks like, right? So if I click on calendars, I can click on this to view it. Okay, I can click on this to view it, and over here, as you can see, this is our calendar. So you can click on this to filter the cars. Okay, the cars that you have. So this is the Benz calendar. So if I click on this, maybe in your case, you can view all the cars that you have listed. So I can select maybe this day, September 2nd, and you see all the cars that are available, right? So there's 1 car because we made it 1 unit, and I can click on this to actually view details. So here is the name of the car, this is the picture of the car, and then here is the description of the car. And I'm sure with more updates, this whole display is going to be more intuitive than it is right now. Okay, so let's go back, and then the next thing we can do is that we have to add a form for our car. Now this is one calendar, and you can add a form for each calendar specifically. Okay, or you can have a general form that applies to every calendar. Okay, so if we click on add new form, we can add a form for this specific calendar, or we can click on this to select an already available form. Right now, I don't think we have any general form on our site, but if I go back here and I click on book, you see, and I click on checkout, you see that this form comes over here, right? So if you go here, I can close this, and this is just basically the interface, right? And the currency, you can set the currency up for this particular form. So let's say I want to create this form specifically, right? You can create a form. These are common fields that will appear in all the cars. Okay, so for all of these cars, 1, 2, 3, these are common fields you see in all of them. But let's say for each car, maybe some are bigger than the others, some have more capacity than the others, right? So over here, I can add in, let's say from here, this is what you use to add fields, right? So short answer, number, checkbox, right? So let's say I want multiple choice over here, right? So maybe I want this to be number of people, right? And then this one, let's say it says 2 people, and then this one says 4 people. Okay, with this option, I can just, let's say I want only 2 options, right? So I can just delete this one. So just 2 for now, and no descriptions. So this is one of them. Let's say for this car, I can accept bigger people, right? I can accept a bigger number of people. That's what I meant. So I can click on the plus button here, and I can choose multiple choice again, right? But let me get rid of the 3rd option. Instead, I want this to be number of people as well, right? But this one, I'll make it, let's say 6 people, and then here I can make it 8 people as well. Okay, and you can add more things like the country they are in. Okay, maybe for this form, I want there to be a country, so I'll drag this inside here. Okay, and then we can let the user select their country. And with the multiple choice, let's say for 2 people, enable this. Okay, you can enable this. Now this feature is only available in the pro version, but what it means is that basically with these options that you are seeing, right? Let me click it. This means that it will be selected by default, right? with these options that you are seeing, let's say for two people, we want a price of $80 to be added to the car, or for four people, we want a price of $120. So if somebody selects any of these, it will also affect the normal price of the car. So with this is a pro feature, okay, and I'll show you how to do it in how it looks like with the pro version in just a minute. But basically, you can add more features to the whole thing. Okay, you can add more features. Let's see. Is there any? There's multiple choice. There's drop down, long answer, email. So I don't know if this is really necessary, but I just want to show you an example, right? So I can drag this here, and then this says select an option, right? So maybe I want this to be gender, right? And this is male, okay, male. This should be female, and then this should also be rather not C, because I see this a lot. Okay, so we want them to select one option. So male, female, and then rather not C. Female, rather not C, as you can see. So you can also set some of the fields to be required as well. So if I click on create, right, it's going to create the form for us. And if I go back to calendars, let me just refresh this page, because for now, if I click on book, I click on checkout, there is no form. Okay, so I click on book now, and then it's like we are good to go, but that's not what we want. So I click on calendar to go back, and then I will come back here and I'll click on this. Okay, and I can click on select form, and I'll select the booking calendars form. Now click on update. Okay, now if I go back, I can refresh my site. Okay, and then I can choose a date. I can choose one of the cars and click on book, click on checkout. And as you can see, we have our form over here. So gender, and then we have the number of people, 2 and 4. But if I go back to calendar and I choose a certain date, then I select the other car instead, and I click on, let me remove this one from and I click on checkout as well. You see now the number of people have changed, okay? And this can also affect pricing as well. And I want to show you how to do that with the pro version right now, okay? So I want to upload the pro version, but if you want to get the pro version, there's going to be a link in the description. So just click on that link and it's going to take you over to the pro website. And once you click on that link, it's going to take you over here. Okay, so we have the one site, the up to 25 sites. So you can just go with this one, okay, for your one site. You can click on purchase, okay, and click on proceed to checkout when you are done. And then it's just $49. So that's an amazing price for 1 year until you cancel it, okay. So over here, this is it. If you scroll down, you just enter your personal details, your phone number. You have a coupon code, so you can also add it, accept the terms, and then you are good to go. They'll give you a link to download it over here, and they also send you a mail with the plugin download link as well. Okay, so that's how you get it. So if you want to install it, just go to install plugins. Okay, just go to install plugins, and then this is it over here. So I'll click on add plugin as well. Now I'll click on upload plugin, and I'll click on browse. Now this is the plugin over here. So I'll click on open and I'll click on install now. And this is the pro version, like I said. So it's going to install the pro version onto my site. So all I have to do is click on activate plugin, okay, and then that's all. So once I come to calendars, that premium notification is gone. So if I come back to my form, right, I think I can refresh. I think I've already saved it, right? So I can refresh it, okay. And now if I go to, let's say this one, and I select this, now this option is available, right? So the type can be flat. So maybe I want to add 20. This is pounds, right? So like I said, we can change the currency. You can change it per form or also in the settings, right? So if it's per form, let's say I want the city, right? So I'll type Ghana. Okay, I'll just type GH, and it will take me the Ghana city. This is it. Okay, and you can also change the position as well. If I come back here, we have flat. So I want $20 to be added. This one I want, let's see, 20 cities to be added. Sorry, this one I want 80 cities to be added. So you can also adjust the price with all of this, okay. So that's one thing you can do with the form. So these are like those forms you can add, okay. That's per calendar. You can also add a general form for all of them. Okay, so now that we are done with our daily bookings, this is what the daily bookings interface will look like. The nightly bookings too looks just like this, so you don't have to worry. There is hourly bookings, right? I want to show you guys about that right now. So I'll go to calendars and I'll click on add calendar, right? I want to call this one tennis courts, okay? Because that's the best example I could think of. I'll make this hourly bookings and I'll click on continue. I don't have multiple units, it's just one tennis court, okay? So I'll just close this, okay? And now this is our tennis court. So I'll click on this to edit it. I'll click on the image, okay? And let's see, this tennis court image is the one we want to use. So I'll paste in my description over here. And then this is the tennis court, right? So I'll click on save. Now the interface is not too different, okay? There's just some things that change, okay? So over here, I want to add in time slots because hourly bookings, we work with things called time slots. The time slots are the ranges of time in the day that your car or your event center, or in this case, our tennis court, can be booked, right? So I'll click on the plus button to add a time slot. And this is the dates, right? So this is the start time is 10 a.m. Let's see, I want the start time to not be 10. Let's say I want it to be 7 a.m. Right? So the tennis court can be booked from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. Right? And I want this to repeat daily. So you can let it repeat daily. You can let it repeat on every weekday, weekly or monthly, right? So I want this to repeat on, let's say, every weekday. So I can click on save. So Saturday and Sundays, the tennis court is not available. I can click on plus to add another time slot. And let's see this one, I want it to be from, the first one was from 7 to 11, right? So I want this one to be from, okay, let's take into consideration the cleaners will come and clean the tennis courts. Right, so I'll make this from 2 p.m. Okay, 2 p.m. Ignore the red thing, from 2 p.m. to, let's say, 5 p.m. Okay, 5 p.m. is the next range. So I want this also repeat on every weekday. Save. So now we have two time slots, the 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. and the 2 p.m. to the 5 p.m. We can add one more. Okay, we'll make this one, let's see, 7 p.m. to, let's make it 10. Okay, so 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. like this. Okay, then I'll make this every weekday and I'll click on save. So these are the time slots for our tennis court, as you can see, okay? And I can click on bulk edit over here. Firstly, I want Sunday and Saturday to be out, okay? And I want to set this to tennis court and set availability for the selected unit. I want to copy this to all the time slots. So to this and this, the settings I do here will be copied to all of these time slots. And then the prices, okay? So I want the tennis court to be 1,500 cedis. I'll click on copy to all time slots. Then I'll just click on save, okay? I'll just click on save. And once I do that and I close this, now as you can see, we have the tennis courts and its times available. So this is it over here, okay? So I can do something, actually I want to adjust this, okay? I want to make it, let's say, February 22nd. I'll click on update so that we can get a wider range. Okay, and this doesn't have a form just yet. So I want to show you how to create like a general form that all of them will be using. So I can click on forms over here. I can click on add new form, okay? And this form, let's say I want to call it general form, okay? You can add in the necessary fields, okay? So we have price adjustments as well. You can add in paragraphs. Let's say you want to add in a rule, okay? Let's say you want to add in a rule. With the rule, I want to select this one. I can bring the name. Is there a way I can use this to drag the name over here and then use this one, and then click on this one and use this to drag the email by the name. So the rules just give them better alignment basically, okay? It's nothing crazy. You can also change the currency as well. Okay, you can change the currency, but I'll show you how to change the currency generally. You can also add some headings and some paragraphs, okay? At the top of my form, at the bottom of my form rather, I can add in a heading over here. I can use this to send this up, and I can type in a heading. So maybe please fill out this form, okay? Something like this. Great. I can also add in a paragraph, okay, below this, so like some block of text, right? Some description over here. You can add this all to your form. When you're done, just click on create. Okay, now if I go to calendars, I want to implement this form in my calendar. So I can actually view this calendar, and I can click on calendar here. Okay, and over here I'll click on this, and then I'll just use the general form, and I'll click on updates. Now we've associated a form, so I can refresh this page again. Okay, and then I can click on, let's say, day 3. I can click on Wednesday. Okay, as you can see, this is the time slot available. I can click on the 4th day, and these are the time slots. Okay, so the 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. is there. Then I can click on book. Okay, and I can click on checkout. Then it's going to bring out my form. Okay, so the name, the email, the phone number, and I can click on book now. And this is the description that we've had over here. Okay, so this is perfect. Like I said, if you want them to pay on your site later this year, Motopress is adding a booking function, a Stripe payment gateway to their Motopress calendar booking plugin. So just be a little patient, and they'll add it for you. Okay, now let's go to notifications. So we want to send notifications when someone makes a booking on our site. So I can click on add notification over here. Okay, this notification is called, let's say, should we make it booking order received? Okay, something like this. Now the form, this is not how it's called received, sorry. Now the form, let's make it for the cars. Okay, and the templates will be new booking for the admin. Okay, I'll click on publish as well. Okay, and now this form is created. So this is booking placed. The recipient is only the admin. You can also add some custom email addresses. If you have some other workers, you can put their email addresses here. You can separate them with comments. Okay, this says dear customer, dear administrator, I've got a new booking, right? So let's say you can also start this up a bit. Let's say I want to add like an image, right? So I can click on add media. We have this logo here, so I'll click on edit image. Okay, I want us to crop it, so just click on crop, and then use the sliders to crop it. Okay, so it doesn't take excess space, so I'll use this to crop it. I'll click on apply crop, and then save edits. Okay, save edits, and then when you're done, just click on insert into post. Then you have your logo here. Okay, so maybe this one, I can click on this. Okay, and this will bring me more options to style it. So I want this to be bold. I can also make mine a different color. So maybe I can make it orange, dear administrator, like this. Okay, and then now we have the booking edits link. Okay, you've got a new booking. Maybe I want to underline this. I can use Ctrl U on my keyboard to underline it. Okay, the reservation. So we have the calendar name, the variation. So the calendar name maybe is Benz Cars. The variation is for maybe this Mercedes, the Mercedes 2. The reservation date, and then the price, and the fields, and the additional information. You can also edit this, right? You can add a booking ID. Okay, so maybe if I want this, I can just copy this tag over here. Here, and I can come below this, and I can use this. I can use my enter key. Let me check something. And I can type in, maybe this is okay. No, this too. I can type in generated booking ID. In case you have a company where you are filling these IDs out and you need this, you can just paste it here. That's the booking ID. You can add the customer. These are fields that are already there, and these are some common fields, right? So you can also add the gender. Okay, from the form, the gender. This is the gender that we added, so it has generated some for us, right? So this is perfect. Okay, I can scroll down. I think everything is good here. You can also add some. So let's say I want to add this email address over here, this one. So this is my custom email address I'm adding, right? So real quick, I can click on update to update the whole email, right? And I can click on send test notification, right? So this is going to save the notification and send it to the administrator. To be able to send a test notification, make sure you have at least one confirmed booking, and set administrator contacts in settings. Okay, so if I go to settings, I think the administrator email is already this one, right? So I can actually go to my email account right now. Okay, and if I refresh, okay, I just have to give it a minute, but it's going to bring the test email for us. Okay, so I think for now, all of this is good. But let's go to notifications again. You can actually do one. So let's say I want to quick edit this. This is for the admin, right? I can update this. Maybe I want to do one for the customer. So I can click on add notification, right? And then I can make this booking order maybe placed, right? And the form can be the same Benz cars form. This is for new booking customer. I can click on publish, okay? And I can also customize it the same way. So we have the booking ID as a header, some custom email addresses. And then before this, let's say I want to add in our logo, right? So I can click on add media again, and I can add in our logo. I can insert it. I can make this color orange, and I can also underline this. Perfect. Okay, so now as you can see, this is it. Now when I scroll up, I can just click on update, and then it's good to go. Okay, so now I think for now everything is good, right? If you go to forms as well, and you click on, let's say I click on edit to edit this form, there is this place called notifications, right? So over here, as you can see, we have the booking order receipt, booking order place. These are the notifications for the form. So you can also add some notifications over here. Okay, if you go to categories, you can also add some respective categories for your calendars, right? Maybe I want this to be car calendars, right? And the slag is just the same as the title, but in shorts, in small letters. So I can add this category. When I'm creating my form, I can also put the Benz cars in this category as well. Now let's go to settings, right? And then the booking confirmation page. I'll show you how to create one of this a bit later. But basically, if I type in my name, I can type in my email, I can type in my phone number. Maybe I want 4 people to be in the car, and it's going to adjust the price for me. I can agree to the terms, and I can click on book now. Okay, and it's going to redirect me to this booking successful page. So I'll show you how to create a page like this a bit later. But basically, that's what this section means. Okay, so this confirmation, we'll set it up later. The price, I'll just type in GH and select Ghana CD. Right, you can change the administrator email. Okay, so you can change the administrator email as well. You can change the from email and the from name. For the logo URL, we want it to display the logo in our mail, right? So what we'll do is that we will I'll show you how to get a URL. We'll just go to library. Okay, if you have your own logo, that is, but if you want to learn, this is our logo over here. Okay, so we have this one here. We also have white text logo, but I'm planning to make the background dark, so I'll use this one. So I'll click on copy URL to clipboard. But first of all, let me actually edit it, right? I want to crop it to make sure that it's the perfect size, so it doesn't take too much space. Okay, so I will just crop the whole logo, and I'll click on apply crop, and I'll click on save edit. Okay, great. Now that is done, I'll just copy the clipboard, the URL, sorry, and I'll paste it over here, right? So for the footer text, I want it to be site link, then copyright 2025, all rights reserved, right? The base color should be our orange color. Okay, and this uses the RGB code. So with the color picker, this is the RGB 240-110-21. So I'll click on this and type in the 240-110-21 for the RGB code to come. Okay, the background color can be this color, and the body text, I just want it to be dark. Okay, like this, a bit darker. Now click on OK, and this is cool. So I can save settings. I can save settings as well. We are using the pro version here, but when they give you the license key, okay, you can also paste it in over here. So actually, let me do that. Let me just paste in my license key. So this is it over here. I will copy it, and I'll come back, and I'll paste in my license key, and I'll click on save settings. Okay, so now my license key right now is inactive. I can click on activate to activate it, and then we are good to go. Okay, now let's go back, and I think everything here is cool. So let's go to bookings, right? You can actually manage your booking. I did some test bookings, that's why I've seen this. But Basically, let's test the whole system. Okay, so let me close this. Let's go here. Let's select this date and we'll select maybe this car. I'll click on book and I'll click on checkout. For people, my country is Ghana. The name, we'll type in the name, our email. So let's say this is the email. I want to type in the phone number, and this is all good to go. Okay, now when I'm done with this, I can just click on book now. Okay, and it's going to do the booking for me, right? And it's going to bring me back that the booking is successful. Okay, so if I go back here and I refresh this page, you're going to realize that we have a new booking. Okay, so this says what, 81. So I can click on edit over here and I can actually manage the booking. So we see the person's gender, we see their name, we see their phone number. And if I come here and I refresh, you see that we have a new notification. I can click on it. I can click on allow to display all the images in this thing. So if I click on allow, as you can see, now we have our logo and the email is looking very professional and very nice. Okay, so let's go back. And this is the whole plugin in action. Okay, so basically if you need anything for especially calendar related, right? Anything you're renting out, okay, like a car, an event center, your house, anything like that, this tool is the best for you. And they are planning to integrate Stripe payments gateway if you want to accept online payments later this year. So you can just be patient for them. Okay, so now that we are done with all of this, we've seen how the whole system works. I want us to start building our home page, okay, because this is the page they will come to before they book anything, and it has to be very attractive. So I'll show you how to build it for free. Let's close all of this. Okay, I'll close this as well, and then go over to pages and click on all pages. Okay, now we already have our home page over here, so just click on edit over here. Okay, click on edit and make sure you make this template Elementor full width. Okay, when you're done, save the changes and you'll see an edit with Elementor button at the top, so you can click on it. Okay, and after that, it's going to take you over to the Elementor page builder so that we can start building our website. Now before I proceed, I want to tell you guys about something I've been working on behind the scenes. It's called Apex Hall, my brand new online course platform where a couple of instructors, including myself, will be teaching everything we know about web design, graphic design, video editing, and so much more. This isn't just another course site, it's a creative learning hub built for people who want to level up their digital skills, whether you're a beginner or a pro already on a journey. And the first course we are launching on Apex Hall is focused on one of the most powerful tools out there, and that is WordPress. And it's all about building stunning, professional and beautiful websites with WordPress. I'm talking about no coding needed, step-by-step guidance, real-world projects, and launching your own site with confidence. Now here's a quick sneak peek of all the things we'll be doing in the course. I'm very excited to launch this, and I want you to be part of it from day one. So just click the link in the description and head over to apexhall.com and enter your name and your email. You'll be the first to know the moment the course goes live. Plus you might get early access and exclusive bonuses. Alright, let's jump back into the tutorial. Alright, so this is the Elementor page builder. Okay, and there are going to be some few notices and pops up that appear. So just close all of them till you're landed with this. Okay, so this is what it looks like, and this is what we are trying to build, okay, over here. So let's go through it. The video is getting a bit long, so I want us to go through it a bit fast, but don't worry, you understand everything. Okay, so the first block we have is this whole container, and as you can see, at one side there's text, and at one side there is an image, right? So if we are breaking it down, it's like there are two sides and then a background. So let's go back. We are trying to create something similar. So to add a container, we call it a container. To add one, click on the plus button, click on the flexbox container, and we'll add a dual-sided container because there are two sides. And I'm changing my units from pixels to viewport width and viewport height, okay, just for better responsiveness. And I found out that 70 is really perfect for what we are trying to do here. So keep it on 70. Then we'll go to style, the background type, select classic and click on choose image. And it should be this image here, hero background. So just click on select, okay? And then scroll down till you find position. Make this center. Attachments, repeat, make this no repeat. And display size, select cover, okay? Now go to background overlay. Obviously, there's going to be some text on the image, so you want the image to be a bit darker so that the text can stand out. So background type, select classic, the color, make it black, okay? And then use the opacity slider to just make it a bit darker. Great. Now the next thing we want to add is this orange notice. So this is actually a button, okay? It's a button. So I'll add in the button over here, and it says car rental in capital, okay? So it has no link, so I'll clear this from here, and then I'll go to style, right? Now we have some global colors we are using, but it hasn't reflected in Elementor yet, but that's no problem, okay? So what I can do is I can just copy this color, okay? And then the background type, select classic, and then we'll paste in the color over here, okay? Now the text color too, we want it to be that same color, but with the background color, use the transparency slider to decrease it to make it a bit transparent so that the text stands out. And the border radius will make it 30. Border radius is the property that curves the edges, okay? And the padding, I want to start off at 20, okay? Then we'll increase the left padding. Padding just refers to the inside spacing. I think our border radius is even too much, okay? Now that we are done with this, I want us to do something. Click on this to view your site settings, okay? Then here we can set in our global colors, okay? So first things first, our primary color, we'll paste in our color in the, okay? And then we can actually name it, right? So this is a system color, it can't be deleted. So this is primary, I can make this our orange color, perfect. Then I can go back. Sorry, we want to save our changes. Yes, we want to save our changes. Then the global fonts, right? We are using two main fonts. The first one is outfits. So select outfits. Then the second one is just, okay? Just these two. So click on save changes. And these are the two main things we want to do. So I'll click on this to close, just to leave here, okay? And I'll select the button again. And I'll go to typography, okay? And I'll make the font of this outfit, okay? Now it's better. I'll change the size to like 16, okay? Now it's looking more similar. Great. But I think ours is a bit, we should decrease the top and then the bottom padding a bit more, and then rather increase the left and increase the right padding. Great. So now what do we want next? We want a heading, because this is a heading, right? So we'll go back, we'll drag a heading below, okay? And this says find affordable dream cars for rental. So I'll copy this and I'll paste the heading in here, okay? Now I'll go to style. I want the text color to be white, obviously. Then the font as family as artist is perfect. And we'll just use this to increase the size so dream is at the edge, okay? Then I'll make the weight 700 because I want it to be as bold as what's here. Then lastly, I want to add in my description. So I'll add in a text editor over here, and I can copy this description, come back. I think it's the same thing, but I'll just paste it all in using Ctrl+Shift+V to paste without the formatting. Now I'll go back, okay, and this shouldn't be robot, so this should be just, okay? Just is the font I want us to use, but it hasn't taken effect, and there's a reason for that. So I'll drag in the text editor again, right? I'll right click and I'll use paste without formatting instead. Because if you paste text editors with their formatting, sometimes the formatting you apply doesn't work, okay? So the color, I'll make it a bit white, and then the typography, I'll change the family to just, okay? Then the size can be like 15, like let's make it 16 rather. Great. Now the next thing we want to add is this button. So to do that, click on the plus button and type in button. We'll be using the eKit button over here. So you can drag it below, and this says what? Get in touch, right? So this says get in touch like this. Great. There is no icon, so we are good. We want to bring it to the left, so the alignment will make it left. we'll go to style. I think the width is fine, and so the background type should just be black. Okay, the text color I think is also fine as well. So let's go to border, and border radius will make it 30 to curve the edges, right? And then let's go to padding, right? And we want to start somewhere, right? So we can start with 20 for all sides. Okay, then you can increase the left and increase the right padding just a bit more. And I think if we go to border, we can also add a shadow over here. So add in a box shadow, okay, and we'll leave it at, we'll actually make it just a bit more transparent, okay, like this. Now, what I want to do is that I want to work on the button, right? So I'll use its margin. I'll give a negative margin just to bring it up a little bit more. We have our first block ready like this, okay, but actually there's some spacing between everything. Okay, so let me just delete this. I think the spacing is fine. Then click on add element. This is an image, right? We can drag in our image over here. Click on choose image, and there should be a white car. There should be a white car among the images over here. Now this is the image over here. Okay, so what you want to do is that I'll just select the image. Now click on select, and the image will be brought here for me. Now select the container, and then I'll just make the alignment the justify content center to bring it to the middle. Now select the main one, and using this slider I can increase the minimum view height. Okay, so I can increase the minimum view height to something like this, 78. Now select this container and justify the content to the center. Okay, and I think the size of this is okay. I'll just type in 100 and 100 as well, so we can get the maximum size. Okay, so now if I click, you can click on publish to save the changes, and click on this eye icon to preview it. As you can see, it looks very similar, and it also looks very nice as well. So what's next? What's next is this block over here. To create it, click on the plus button, click on flexbox, and choose a vertical container. Then click on the, click on the same plus button again and add in a container. But with this first one, go to advanced and release the paddings. Select this one, and then make sure it is a horizontal container, right? And go to style, background type, select classic, and make sure the color is white. Okay, now what do we want to do? We want to add these icon boxes, okay, inside it. So let's go back, and to add them, I think we can just type in icon box. Okay, I think it's this icon box that we'll be using. Okay, I'm not too sure, but I think it's this one. So what we'll do is that, first things first, this icon is a car. We have to change the icon. Select the icon box, right, and you can type in car over here, and this is the one. So we'll insert it, and this says one way rentals. So I'll copy this and I'll paste it in here, and then there's no description. The read more, I'll disable the global link, and the settings, the icon position should be left. Okay, great. Now I want to just get rid of all of these paddings, so I'll release all of this, and then that's cool for now, right? The border type, we want now no border, and we'll go to hover. Okay, and hover and animation, we'll select grow, so whenever anyone hovers on it, it will give that same effect, right? The background type, for now we can make it transparent. Okay, transparent. Now let's go to the content. First things first, we want to edit the headings, right? This says one way rentals. I think the heading, everything is fine. It's just the spacing that's the problem, right? So the right, I think it's no, it will be less spacing rather. We'll make it like 20. 20 is even too much, like 15. Okay, and the vertical alignment will make it middle. Now we'll go to the icon. We'll make the icon color our orange color, right? And then we can change the vertical position to bring it to the center. So let's say maybe like 7, right? And I think the size is okay. Yeah, the size is fine. So what we'll do is that we'll go to the content, we'll decrease this just a bit more. Okay, and that's good to go. So we can actually duplicate this to get 4, okay, 4. And I'll show you how to change one more. I'm sure the rest you can handle it, okay. So select one of them. I want to make it like this, right? So this says luxury rentals. So I'll copy the heading, okay, and I'll paste it in here, luxury rentals. And then for the image, I think it's, let me see, cash, no, money, yes. So it's this one. So I'll click on insert, and it has been inserted. So I'll select this container here, and I'll justify all of the content to the center, and I'll release this, and I'll add column gaps of 40, okay, maybe 50, so that there's space between everything. Then I'll go to advanced. I'll give it a top pattern of like 40 and a bottom of 40. All right, let's change this to VW rather. Okay, so we'll make this 4 and here 4 rather. Okay, even 4 is too much, like 3 is better. Okay, then release all of this and make the margin as well VW. Okay, then use this to increase it, so like -4 is perfect. Okay, then go to style, go to border, give it a border radius of 10 so that it curves the edges, and then give it a box shadow as well. But select this and drag this up. Okay, we don't want the shadow to be that intense, so I'll click on publish for now. Okay, and I think our padding is also a bit too much, so we can make it 2 rather. Okay, and let's click on publish. And once we do that and we go back, you can see that now it's better. We have the shadow and everything. So great, our site is shaping up. What's the next block? This block over here. To build it, click on the plus button, click on Flexbox, and this is 2 containers, right? So we'll click on this to make this a double container. Then the view, we'll change the width from pixels to view width. This should be 70. Now I'll go to advanced and I'll make the margin view width as well. And we'll give it a margin of 4. 4 is cool. Now click on this, click on style, background type, select classic, and click on choose image. So if I look closely, this is the image being used, about image. So we just select it, right? The position, center, repeat, no repeat, display size, cover. Great. Now that this is done, we want to do this section next. So we want a button, right? So I'll copy this and I'll paste it in here like this. Okay. But the first thing I want us to do is I want us to get rid of all the paddings, right? So I'll select all of this and make it 0. And the background color, I'll make it transparent, okay, like this. Then the size can be bigger, so like 18. And then the text should say about us. Now, I'm sure I've cleared all the paddings, yes. So now the icon, we'll click on icon library and then just look for flick, okay, flick, and you can insert it in, and that's perfect. Okay, so now we have this ready. We want a heading next, so I can copy this exact same heading and I can just paste it in here. Then I can go to style and I can make the color paste black, right? Then what's next? This text, so I can copy it, go back to content, and I'll paste in this text here. The next thing we have is a little description. So I can do the same thing. I can copy, right click, paste the description. But in this case, it's this description I'm using. So I will just select everything, paste without formatting. Then I'll go to style, color, and I'll make this ash. Now increase the size to like 17. Now what's next? These icon boxes. Okay. So click on the plus button, search for icon box and drag this one below. Okay, right. Now what I want to do is that I want to change this from icon to image rather. Okay, now you may be asking where I got these icons, these images from. There's a free website called flaticon.com. Okay, if you go there, you can get so many icons. Maybe I want to look for hand tapping phone. Okay, hand tapping phone or something. Okay, and you see that we have multiple images, so this one is perfect. Okay, so that's just what I use for this place. You can find multiple images from this place and use for your site. So I'll click on choose image, and the image I want to use is this one. So I'll click on select. Now this says easy booking process. So this is the heading. I'll paste it in here like this. And this says, this is the description. So I'll copy it and I'll paste in the description as well. Now the read more, I don't want any global link. The settings, the icon position should be at the left, okay? And I think this is cool. Now let's go to style. We'll clear all of this and we'll release the paddings. The first thing we want to do is go to icon and use the width to adjust the size, okay? So something like this is cool. Then the spacing, you want to add in like 20. I think 20 is okay. Like 20 for the right spacing. Perfect. Now let's go to content. And I think the size of the heading is fine, but it just needs some small spacing. So bottom margin, we'll make it like 5. Then we'll increase the size of the description to like 15 or maybe 16. Then go to icon box container. And then the border type, type in 0. Release it, and for the bottom, give it 1. Okay. And make it a bit transparent. And then for the bottom padding, make it like 5. Okay. Now you can publish this because we have a little line over here below this. So if I go back and I check, our line is barely visible. We'll increase the transparency a bit more. Then we'll publish. Then you just right click and duplicate this to get another one. And then here, click on the icon, change it to this one. And then this says convenience, pickup and return. So that's the same thing I'll use. Now just paste it here. That's perfect. Now we have both blocks ready. But the next thing I want to do is I want to get rid of the border here. So no border and no padding for the bottom. So this is better, right? I think our line is still not too visible. So I'll make it like this, right? It's a bit better. Then the last thing we want to add is a button, right? Is our button. So click on the plus button. I can actually just copy this button and paste it below. Okay. Select this whole container and release the spacing. Okay. Make the row spacing like 15. Okay. And then select this container, release the margins. Select the icon box, release the margins. And then you can bring it up a bit. Okay. You can do the same for this one as well, so they are pretty close. Then you can select this button. Go to style, scroll down to find shadow and get rid of the shadow. Go to button, the background type, make it gradient. Okay. And the first gradient can be our orange color. Change the angle to 117. Then paste in our orange color. The same, I think we want to use the same orange color here. But in this case, we want ours to be like a bit darker. Okay, I can't get the exact color, but let me try and pick it from here. So is this color? I'll come back. I think I can close this, right? And I'll just paste in the same color here. Now we have the gradient effect. So I can click on publish, okay? And let me select this container. And I think the top margin, we will decrease it a bit more. And I'll publish it, right? So once we are done, we can come back to our site. We can scroll down. And this is what it looks like. I think the shape is distorted a bit. And that will be because of this setting here. So if you make it 65 when we publish, I think it will be better. So let's go back and check. It's a bit better, but it's not totally better. So we'll make it 62. Right. Let's publish and go back to our site and check. Yeah, so I think 62 is way better. Okay. It may look weird here, but if you click on this, you can see it's normal. Okay. So don't worry. Now what's the next block? This services block over here. Okay. So to create it, it's very simple. Click on the plus button, click on Flexbox, choose a vertical container. Okay. And what we should do is that we should actually give it some spacing from this one. So make this view width as well. Go to advanced, release the margins, make it view width. and give it a top margin of 4. Okay, now I want this orange color, so I use my color picker to select this orange background. I'll go back to the container, background type classic. Now just paste this in. Perfect. Now I'll click on add element and drag in another container, make it horizontal, and release the paddings. So now first of all, I want to copy this, okay, and I want to paste it on top of the container. But as you can see, it's below. So to fix it, click on this to view your site structure and drag the button above the container. Drag the button above the container over here. Okay, now we'll change this. It says we'll add services, right? So I'll copy it. I'll go back and I'll paste it in. I will center align the button, and then the size can be a bit bigger, make it bigger. Then what next? What next is this heading. So I'll actually just copy this heading over here and I'll paste it below. And I will copy what it says, wide range of rental services. But where there is range, I'll type in the self-closing HTML tag BR so that the text goes to the next line. Okay, then I can center align this, and then here I'll just decrease the size and obviously the width. Okay, now what's next? We want to create these blocks over here. Okay, these nice blocks. How do we do that? We use our icon boxes, right? So in this block, click on the plus button and then search for icon box. Okay, and drag this one here. Now we can actually duplicate it, okay, till we get like 4. And then this is the point where you have to start increasing some stuff. So I can go to the layout of this main container and I'll change the view width to like 65. Okay, then we have to add some spacing at the top and at the bottom. Okay, so to do that, go to advanced, okay, and make this view width, okay, make the padding view width VW, and then you can just release the paddings. Okay, now for the top there, if I go to that point, there's quite some space, like 2 3. It looks like 2 3. So we give it top padding of 2, bottom of 3, like this. Now we have to start editing the icon boxes, right? So select it, and I'm sure you may be thinking, how can we get something like this to look and be like this? It's very possible. Okay, so first of all, change this to an image. Okay, and then we'll be using this image over here. So I'll click on choose image, and it is this one. I'll select it. This says car rental with driver, so I'll paste the heading in here. Sorry, that was a mistake. I'm coming. I will right click and copy this heading, and I will paste it here. Great. Now what next? The description, right? So I also copy the description as well. I'll come back, I'll paste it in here. Good. Now if you go to read more, I'll turn the global link off. Okay, then I'll go to settings, and then the content alignment, I think, is left, so we'll just left align everything over here. Oh yeah, there's a button. So enable the button, right? But the button shouldn't say learn more, right? And then we should rather be an icon. Then the icon, we want it to be an arrow, so we'll just type in arrow over here. We can go with this one, arrow up. So click on insert. Now we have this block ready. Okay, so what's the next thing we need to do? I think we should delete these blocks over here. We should right click and duplicate so we get 3. Okay, so we get 4 actually. And we can do something. We can also just go to layout and then increase the width of this a bit. Okay, now select this first one and let's go to style. Now straight off, the first thing we want to work on is the size of the image, right? So go to icon, and then with the width setting, you can just adjust the size. So it should be something like this. Okay, now go to icon box container, and then it has a border. The background color is white. Okay, so first of all, what we'll do is we'll clear all of these paddings from here. Then it has a top padding and a bottom padding, first space. So we'll give the top 30 and the bottom 30. Okay, and then I even think that's small. Let's give the bottom 50, top 50, right, and the left and right, so there's a fair amount of padding, so we'll make it 40 40, something like this. Okay, now what next? We want to work on, it should have a border. Obviously the border radius, it should be curved, so we'll give this 10. Now what do we want next? We want to work on the hover. So the hover color should be our orange color. So background type, select classic, okay, and change the hover color to the orange color. So it's when you hover, it gives you this effect. And change the hover animation to grow. So that when you hover, it grows with the color like this. You see, it's the same style. Now go to content. We want to work on this face. The normal color is fine. The hover color should be white like this. This one too, the normal color is fine. The hover color should just be white like this. Now the last thing we want to do is to work on the button, right? So we have a normal color, the button should be orange, hover it should be the different color. So button, background type classic, normal color should be orange, hover color should be black like this. Sorry, this for the text, should still be white. Background type here, we'll make this black, so like this. Great. Now go to border radius and give it a border radius of let me see, hold on, this is for the button, right? So you should have a border radius of 50. Okay, this is on hover. Let's go to normal and then let's actually release the paddings. Okay, no, let's start with a padding of 20 everywhere. Okay, then we'll increase the top and the bottom a bit more, and then increase the right and then the left. Okay, so now we can go to border radius and give it like 30. Let's increase it a bit, maybe like 37. Okay, so when you hover, this is the effect you get. And go to typography and you can work on the size of the icon, right? So the icon, let's say we want it to be 24. Okay, if that's the case, then we can decrease some of these paddings. This is right, so let's decrease the right padding a bit. And decrease the bottom as well. So like this is the style we are looking for. Okay, so what I'll do is that I'll delete all of these ones. And I'll just duplicate this one so we get 4 of them. 4 like this, okay? And now this is good for now, but it's not looking like this at all, right? We want it to look just like that. So how do we do that? It's the width of the main container. We have to increase it a bit more, okay? So we get something like this, where all of them can now stretch out evenly. And now we can work on the space, okay? So if I select this one and I go to content, right? For example, the size of this can be like 22, okay? Sorry, 22, even 23 is chill. And the padding, we can give it a bottom padding of like 5. 5 is too small, like 10. Like 10. And then for the text, the typography of the text, we can make the size like, let's say 17. Okay, so something like this is cool. Now, hold on. Let me select this main container and I'll just change the width back to, let's say 75. Okay, let me publish this. Normally if you publish the page and you look at it, the view is different than when it is on the, you see, so even with that size, it's even enough. Okay, it's even enough for the blocks to stretch out. So I think the borders are a bit too dim, so what I'll do is that the border over here, I'll just make it a bit darker by dragging this down. Okay, now what's next? These blocks are a bit different from the rest, so I'll select this one here and I'll go to style, right? And then over here, background type, make this gradient. Okay, and the first color should be our orange color and the angle should be 117. Okay, and then what we want is that we want the gradient we use for this button over here. So the secondary color, this one, I'll copy it, I'll scroll down, I'll come back here, select it, come back here and then paste it in. Okay, then I'll scroll down till I find the content, and this should be white rather. Okay, this should be white. When I hover, it becomes like this. So let's say if I change the hover color of this to white, it doesn't really do anything. So this is the style we want for now. Okay, and also we should change the button. The normal color can also be black. Okay, like this. And we want it for, we also want to change the content. Hold on, the content over here, we want to make the color white like this. Great. Now we want this style to be on this one too, so just right click, copy, and right click and paste style, and then you are good to go. Okay, so if you feel like changing anything, you can select this. You can change the text, the heading, the description, and then the icon too. You can click on it. Maybe I want to use this icon, so I can click on select and I can click on publish. Okay, and once I do that, it's going to save my changes. So I can come back to the site. I can scroll down. As you can see, now we have our blocks ready to go. I'll just copy this and then paste the style here so that the border also comes around it. Okay, now let's publish it. Now we are good to go. So we need to bring this heading and then a button over there. So what I'll do is that I'll actually copy this description, right, and I'll just paste it below here, and then I will use this to center align it, and then I will scroll down to my site, copy what it says over here, then I'll come back, select everything, and then paste without formatting. Then I'll go to, I think, yeah, for now it looks quite similar. So next, what we need is a button. So I'll copy this button and I'll just paste it below over here. I'll center align the button. Hold on. I'll center align the button, and this says view all services, I think. So maybe I'll type in, instead of view, I'll type in view all cars. Okay, view all cars. I'll go to advanced and I'll decrease the top margin so that it goes closer. Now select the text and I'll increase the top margin so it comes a bit more down. And I'll just publish it. And now as you can see, this services block is ready to go. So what's the next block? You're coming to build this one next. So let me show you how to build it. Come here, click on the plus button, click on Flexbox and choose a vertical container. Now if I look at this very closely, it's obviously vertical, right? So we can leave it the way it is, but the color, the background color is different. It's not white, right? So I can use my color picker to pick the color of the page over here. Then of the container. Then I'll come back to style, background type classic, and I'll just paste in the color over here. Now we have the same exact background. So now the first thing we have is this heading, then our rental fleet, then these tabs, right? So to create this, first of all, I can do something. I can copy this and I can just paste it here, and this says featured cars. So I'll copy this heading and I'll paste it in here. And then I can also copy this as well, and I'll just right click and paste it below. This one says our rental fleet. So I can copy everything, come back, select everything, and then just paste it in. Then these are tabs. Okay, so first of all, we should add some spacing for our block. So select the main container, move to advanced over here, and then click on pixels. Okay, and change this to view width. Now release the paddings, okay, and give it a top padding of like 4, okay, and a bottom of 4 for now. Now click on the plus button here, okay, and then in the search bar just type in tabs. You're going to see, I think it's element kit tab, this one. So drag it below, okay, and then these are going to be your tabs for now. Okay, wait, hold on. It's not the element kit, it's the essential add-ons tabs rather. So just type in tabs again, and we'll use these tabs rather. This one is the better one. Okay, and go to content and just get rid of these ones. So you have just one tab here like this. Okay, so click on it and then change the content to saved templates. Okay, this is the first step. Then it has no icon, so I will make this none, and I'll change the title to, so make it the title of your featured car. Okay, so Lexus CT is the name of my featured car. Then I can click on this to duplicate till I get like, how many do I have? 5. So like 5, right? And I'll call this one, this should be red car. Okay, great. Now that we have these two blocks done, let's start styling this. Okay, first things first, go to carrot and get rid of this. Then on general, I don't think we can do anything at the general place for now. So go to tab title, okay, and then you're going to find background color and make this the orange color. Sorry, make this white. This should be white. The normal color should be white, right? Then the active one, active should be orange. I think if you hover, there's nothing. So hover to, you're going to make that white as well. Okay, now let's go to typography. The family is chill. We'll make this 17. Okay, that should be the size. And I think we can increase the weight as well to like 500. Okay, good. Now we have our block ready. Now let's go down to find border radius and give it a radius of 10, so that the edges will be, sorry, not on hover, on normal. Okay, normal, we want to give it a top radius of 10, and I think a left radius of 10, right? Is that how it is over here? No, okay, fine. So let's give it maybe 7. 7 is too much, like 5, maybe too much, like 3. Okay, and that will apply to all. When we hover, so you see on the normal we have the text color as this. Copy this color, go to hover and paste it on the same thing so that it will be like this. Okay, now we have the tabs ready, but we have to create the template, right? So just publish this page for now and then come here. If you scroll down, I'm going to see your tabs. Okay, these are the tabs. Now scroll up, okay, and then we have to go to the dashboard. Okay, I think I did something. Let's go back here. It's supposed to show the WordPress toolbar, but it's not showing it, and I think I enabled some setting, that's why. So let me actually change that. I'll go to users and I'll go to profile. Okay, and over here, if I scroll down, show toolbar when viewing sites, I want to put that on and update the profile so that now when I refresh, the toolbar will be available. Yes, perfect. Now let's go to Elementor, go to templates and click on save templates. Okay, go to templates. Now we don't have any templates yet. You can just click on templates itself to go to the template page. This is it. Okay, and click on add new templates. Now select, make this page, and this one I want to call it car template. Okay, so I'll click on create template. Now this is going to take me over to the Elementor page builder so I can start editing the car page template. Alright, so now that we are here, first things, click on the settings and then make the page layout Elementor full width. Okay, and it's just going to apply the settings to the page. Now this is what we want to create. We want to create this. Okay, and it's not difficult at all. So just click the plus button, click on flexbox and click on a dual-sided container. Then over here I can click on the plus button again and I can drag in an image, right? And first of all, I want to release the paddings for this container. Then I'll click on choose image and I want it to be the car, this car over here, carousel car 2, the one with the shadow. Okay, if I bring this inside, this is the size of the car, but I can use the sliders to adjust the width. Okay, so this is cool for now. Now I want this block as well. So to create it, we'll select the whole thing. Okay, this is one container, and then we are going to give it a background color of white. Okay, and a border radius of 10. Now the first thing inside it is this text and then another text. Okay, so we are going to do something. Let's go to the plus button and let's drag in a heading, and this says what? This is the rent per day. So I'll copy it, I'll come back here, I'll paste the same values in for our rent per day. Then I will change the color of this to black. Okay, and I think this is the prices. I use a different font. I'll use Poppins for the prices. I'll make it 700. I'll make the size like 35. 35 is small, like 45. Now click on the plus button again and I'll drag a heading below. Now this should say rent per day, right? So I'll copy this and I'll paste it in here. Rent per day. Great. Now I will change the color of this to ash, something like this. Then I will take away the width to like 500. 500 is even too much, like 400. Okay, then the size of the text will be like 15, something like this. Now we want a line. Okay, so what you do is you go to advanced, or you can even add a divider in this block, but let's use the line. We can even add a divider below. It's entirely possible, right? But there is something we should have done. We should have added a container, okay, and then put these things in the container rather. Okay, so put all of them in the container like this. Then we'll select the container itself and then we'll release the gaps. First of all, give it a row gaps of like 7. Then we'll go to style and go to border, and the border type, select solid, release all of this, give it a border, bottom border of 1. Okay, and we want it to be somewhere here with the transparency decrease a little. Now that's the first thing. Now we want these icon boxes. Okay, so click on the plus button and type in icon box, this one, drag it below. Sorry, it should be below this container. I'm coming. I will put it on top for now. This container should be vertical. Yeah, vertical, right? So I want to drag this out here, but it's not working. Hold on. This main container here is vertical, right? So we can use the navigator. Okay, so what I'll do is that I want the icon box to be out of it, so I'll bring it here. Okay, then I'll close this up and I'll bring this below the icon box like this. Perfect. Now the icon, this is a car. Okay, here we'll type in car and I'll go with this one and I'll insert it. This is the heading. The model is sedan, so I'll paste in the model and I'll get rid of the description, right? And I'll make the icon position left, and now the spacing is fine. The color of this is pitch black, so we'll make this black, and the size can be something like this. Okay, but the text is a bit different. The text is not black, it's a bit more ash, something like this. So I'll copy this and I'll go to hover, I'll paste in the same color. Then the size of the text too should change to like 17, so something like this, right? And I think we should also work on the width, take it to 500. Okay, then you can right click and duplicate this, and duplicate till you get the required amount. Okay, so this is 4. Okay, so actually we can do something. I think our line is our divider is a bit too, our border is a bit too deep, so I will decrease the transparency. And we can do something. We can actually put all of these in a container, right? So I can put this in a container, put this in the container, put this in the container. This one as well goes inside. Then we can change all of them. So this one is like a door. Okay, so I can type in door. Okay, and the heading is, I think, 4 doors, like this. So we come back, we paste, right? This is a seat, so I select the icon, I type in seat, no, chair, yes. So this one, I will change the seats to 5 and I'll paste it in here. And you can do the same for all the rest. Okay, so I can just right click and duplicate, and you can change all of these to suit whatever your needs are. Okay, then we want to do this block next. Okay, so to do it, click on the plus button and drag in a container right below this one. Okay, but first you can select this container, shouldn't be in, it should be out. Okay, we can use the navigator to do this. So I can, this is the main container, so I can close this one and drag this one in the middle here, close this up, drag this one below. Perfect. Now what I want to do is that I want to release the paddings. Okay, and then we'll be adding in our button, right? So click the plus button, and I think this is the button we want to add. So I will go back here to our home page. Okay, and I'll copy this button from here and I'll come back and just paste it in here. Okay, now the container, we should make it a horizontal container, right? And then the button, I think it has some margin, so we'll get rid of that as well. Okay, and it says what? I think it says book a ride or book ride. So here I'll type in book ride. Okay, and I'll go to style. In the typography, I'll make the width like 600. Okay, book ride like this. Now if I go back here, we also have like this contact info. So this is also an icon box, right? So I can copy, let's say this one, and I can paste it in here. And then this one, I'm going to look for the phone. Okay, phone, this one, I'll insert it and I'll just copy the number over here, and I'll come back and I'll paste it in the title section. But this also, black and bold like women. So let's continue to title. I'll make this 700 to make it the boldest it can be, and then this should be 22, and the color should be black. Cover color should be black as well. Okay, so I think all of this is cool right now. I think we can align self, we can make it center. Okay, now what we should do next is that we should work on the paddings. Okay, first things first, this one we should justify the content to the center, right? Then we'll select this whole container, advanced padding. Okay, we'll change this to view width, and then we'll give it a top padding of like 2, bottom 2, right 2, left 2. Okay, I think we should even increase the left 4. Okay, 4 is too much. So let me get rid of this and see what's looking like. So here, this is what our own looks like. It's quite small if you ask me, but I think once we put it there to be smaller. Okay, so we select this main container, and then the column gaps, there's a lot of space between these two, so we can make it like 20. Okay, then I'll select this container, I'll go to style, go to border. Okay, and I'll give it a box shadow, but here I don't want the box shadow to be that intense, so I'll make it lighter, and I'll decrease the transparency, and I can click on publish. Okay, so we have our templates ready. So now if I go back here and I select this, I can go to content here, and I can click on this, right? And the template, just type in 3 letters. I'll type in car, select the templates, and then voila, as you can see, our template is here and ready to go. Okay, so you see we have, I think the it's too much, the shadow is too much, so I can publish this, right? And I can also publish this page as well. So if I publish this page, I can go and preview it over here, and if I scroll down, you see that now we have our car with its information over here. So we can do one for the red car as well. It's a very simple process, right? I can click on exit to WordPress over here, and then I can click on saved templates over here, and this is the template of it. So I can click on EA duplicator to duplicate it. Okay, then I can click on quick edit, and I'll name this red car template. Whatever your featured car is, you can also name it that as well. So I'll click on update for now, and I'll just click on edit with Elementor. Now this will take me to the Elementor page builder. So for now, I'll just be changing the color to this color. I'll just be changing the image to this image rather. That's what I meant. So I'll select this image, I'll click on choose image, and then I think it's this one. So I'll select it. Now I'll just click on publish for now. Okay, so I can go back here. The second one, I can type in red. Okay, I can type in red and select the red car template for me. So if I go to the red car, as you can see, this is over here. So I can publish it, and then you can use that to do everything for all of your cars. If you want to add information, you can use more icon boxes, you can add a text editor, and you can, you can customize the whole thing. Okay, so if I scroll down, I click on this, you see that there's another one over here. So that's all for that block. So it's left with these blocks, and then we are good to go. It won't take long to build them at all. So let's start with this one, right? We can click the plus button, flexbox, and then we are going to choose, I think this one we should choose a horizontal container. Okay, and then we'll click on add elements. Okay, and then we'll drag in 3 containers. So we'll duplicate so we get 3 containers over here. So 1, 2, 3, right? So the first one, I can actually just copy this from here, and I can right click and then paste it in here. Okay, and I'll make sure that this is on the left, and this says what we are the best, right? So I'll copy the text and I'll paste it in here. We are the best. Then there is a heading over here, so I can actually just copy this heading, scroll down, right click, and then paste it in here. And then I'll copy all of this, come back to my page, select everything, and then paste it in. So now that we have the text over there, what we'll do is that we'll go to style, okay, and then we will left align it. And then over here, the text, if I go to our site, it's capitalized, right? So click on typography, click on width, and then click on transform, and then change this to capitalize. Great. Now we have our text capitalized. Now what do we want to build next? We want to build these 2 blocks. So we have these 2 containers already. Alright, so the first thing we'll do is that we will select, go to style, go to border, and give it a border radius of 10. Then go to box shadow, okay, and then make sure that it's a bit light like this, okay, and drag this to make it lighter. Then what you can do is you can copy the style. You can paste the style on the next one. So you have 2. Then search for icon box. Okay, search for icon box and then drag in an icon box inside it. Now what next? You want to build this one. So click on the header icon and here we want a map, right? So this one here. And then the text is free pickup and drop. Sorry. So I will copy this text from here and I'll paste it in here. Free pickup and drop. Then I'll also copy the description as well. Then I'll paste that one in here. Then I'll go to read more, turn the global link off, go to settings and then left align everything. Then I'll release the style. I'll use the backspace key to get rid of all the paddings and I'll release all the paddings as well. Now, we don't want this to have a border. So here, border, select none. And then select this container, the actual container. Go to advanced and release the paddings. Okay, change it to view width and give right 2, left 2 for it. Okay, let me check. Yeah, right 2, left 2. And you can copy this and then right click and paste the style here. You can also copy this and then paste it in here like that. If I go back, yeah, okay, it's all cool. So now what next? We want to add some spacing, right? So to do something like that, go to style and go to icon. Okay, the first thing we should work on is the icon. We need the border. So border type, select solid and border width should be 1. I think 1 is enough. Yeah, like 1. Radius should be like 7. Border radius should be like 7. And then the border color should be like pitch black. Okay, then we want to start with padding, right? So give it a padding of 20. And then slowly we'll reduce it to something like this. Then the size of the icon to decrease it as well. Okay, then next thing, I think it should have a property called spacing, right? So the top spacing will make it, the bottom spacing will make it like 20. Then we'll go to content, we'll release the margins and the bottom margin should be like 10. Okay, then select typography and change the size of the heading to like 23 and change the size of the description to like 17. Okay, then you can right click and copy, and right click and then paste the style here. So if you go back, this is what our block looks like. Okay, but what do we want? We want some more spacing. So to add it, select this main container and just give it a top of 2, bottom of 2, and you can copy this and right click and then paste the style on this. Okay, now as you can see, the spacing has been added. So this looks good to me. So I think we can move over to the next block now. Okay, and that is this gallery block. It's not very difficult to build at all. To build it, just scroll down, click on the plus button, click on flexbox and choose a horizontal container and change the width to full width. Okay, because this is the full width of the page. And then just go to advanced and then release the paddings as well. Now what you want to do is you want to add an image, right? So let's work with one image for now. Click on choose image and then we are going to choose the first car, which is this one here. Okay, then go to style and then I will do something. I will go to hover and I'll change the hover animation to grow. Then I hover on it, it gives that effect. And I'll duplicate this to get another one. And I just have to change the image to the red car, which I think is this one. So now that we have that one too, I can duplicate again, right? And I'll get 3 images. This is the yellow car. So I'll click on choose image and I'll choose the yellow car over here. This one. I'll click on duplicate again. This is the black car. So I'll click on choose image and I think it is this one. Yes. So I'll click on select. Then I'll click on, right click on it and duplicate one last time. And this time the image is this white car. So I'll select it. Now on our side, there's no spacing between the images. So to work on that, select the main container, go to layout, and you're going to see gaps between elements. Just release this and then click on publish. And then that's basically it. Okay, so if you go back to our site, then let's say refresh, we can scroll down. This block is there. Then this, our gallery is now ready, just like this one. Now what do we want? We want to do this one next, right? So go over here, click on the plus button, click on flexbox and choose a horizontal container. Okay, Now go to advanced and change the margins to view width and give it a top margin of like, let's say 4, not 44. Okay, and then we want this heading, so I can right click and copy this heading, right click and then paste it in, and then I'll go to style, I'll center align it, and I'll copy this text. This says why choose as, and I centered align it, that didn't work. So hold on, this container should be horizontal. Yes, it should be vertical. Yes. So now I think it has worked. So what's next? We need a heading next. So I can actually just take this heading from here and scroll down and then paste it here, right? And it says this heading. So I'll just come back and then paste it in there. Good. So now what's next? We want to add these containers next. So to do that, drag in a container below this one, and then select the main container, and then go to advanced and make sure this is released, and go to width and make sure this is on view width, and change this to like 68. Okay, now click on the plus button again, add another container, and right click and duplicate till you get 3. Okay, now go to the main container here, make it horizontal, and go to advanced and release the paddings. Select the middle container and release the paddings as well. Then drag an image in the middle container and click on choose image, and we'll be using this image here. So just click on select, then go to style, and you're going to go to hover and change the hover animation to grow. Okay, change the width to 100 for both sides. And what do you want next? You want these icon boxes, right? So I can scroll up, and it's quite similar to the ones we have here. So I can just copy the icon box, the first one. I can right click and then paste it in here. Okay, and then if I go to style, I think we want the border to be on it, so I'll just duplicate it again, right? And then for this one, I'll go to style and I want what? No border, so I'll select none. I'll select this container, justify the content to the center, and align the items to the end. Now copy this, right click, paste it here, copy this, right click, paste it here, and I'll right click and copy the container and right click and paste the style of the container here. I can publish. Now if you want to change any of these, you can just click on it, click on choose image. I showed you flat icons, so you can get your icon from there, then you choose your image, and you can change the headings if you want. You can also change the descriptions as well. Okay, so we can publish this for now. And then what next? We have our client testimonials next, and then this blog, then our header and footer. Okay, so to add it, click on the plus button, click on flexbox, and then we want a vertical container as well. Okay, so change this to view width, go to style, go to background type classic, click on choose image. Okay, we are using this one, so we'll select it, position, center, repeat, no repeat, and display size, cover. Perfect. Now what do we want next? We want to add some spacing, right? So here's what we'll do. We'll select this container, we'll go to advanced, give a bottom margin of 4. Select this one as well. Okay, select this container here, and repeat, no repeat, display size, make this cover. Okay, make this cover. Now go to advanced, the padding to set it to view width, and give it a top padding of like 4. Okay, bottom can also be 4 as well. Now I can right click and copy this, scroll down, right click and paste it, and this should say reviewed by people. So I can copy this whole heading, come back and paste it in here. Then this says client testimonials, right? So I can copy this, I can scroll down, I can right click, paste it in. I'll copy this heading, paste it in here as well. Then we want these testimonials, right? So click on the plus button and drag in a container, make it horizontal. Okay, and then you can release the paddings for it. Then click on the plus button again and drag in a container. Right click and duplicate to get 2 containers. Okay, select the first one, change the color to white, and then release the paddings. And select, then right click and actually, you know what? Go back to style, go to border, and give a border radius of 10. Go to box shadow. Okay, and drag this somewhere up here while making this a bit lighter. Then you can right click and copy and right click and then paste style on this one. Okay, good. Now let's search for testimonials. And we want the Elements Kit one, I think. Is it the Elements Kit one? No, I don't think so. Let's search for testimonials again. I think the Essential Add-ons one is the one we want rather. So I will delete this instead. Okay, and this has the heading, the name, and then the image, right? So I think we want to go with the classic structure, right? So this is the description. So I'll copy this and I'll go to content first of all. Then I will paste it in, right? And then I also want to have the name of the person. So if you want to change the name, username, you can change it. So I can type in my own name, company name. So I want to change it to the company where I work. So Provistone. And then I think that's cool to go. So we can go to image and then we can click on change image, right? So this is the image we'll be using. We'll select it. Perfect. Now let's go to style. Okay. And then we want the testimonial background and everything is fine. The first thing we want to work on is the image. So we'll decrease the width of the image to something like this. Then the border radius will make it 30. 30 is even too small, like 50 to completely round it. Okay. Something like this. Then I think the next thing we should work on is the content, right? So the content, this is the username. The username can be relatively big, right? So let's say I want to make it outfit. The font should be outfit. Okay. And the width can be like 600. And the size can be like 25. Okay. Good. Now I can select margin and I can add in right margin of 10. Now the company color, the company name too can be like 500 is like 400. It will make it like 16. Or actually, we can change the color of this one to like orange. So that like it shows that it's the company name. It's a better style. Rating. Hold on. I think there should be an option to disable the rating, right? Yes. So on display rating, we can turn it off. And we want there to be a quote. Right, so we have the image here. And I can release the margins and give a negative top margin to bring it up. Now, we want to work on the quotes, right? So select quotation and increase the position from top to this like in line with the image. Change the color to our orange color. And then increase the size with the typography slider. Perfect. Now select the whole container. Make this view width, okay? And you can make this 2 for all the sides. Okay, you can right click and copy, right click and then paste the style. Then you can right click and copy this and right click and paste it here as well. Okay, so that's perfect for the testimonials block. Then lastly, we want to create this one. Okay, so to do it, click on the plus button, click on Flexbox, and then we are going to be choosing, let me see, I think vertical container will be good for this. Okay, then we want the top, we want that to be, so make this view width as well. Go to advanced, change the padding to view width and make that, give it a top padding of 4. Okay, now what next? We want to build this one. So click on the plus button, drag in a container and then make it horizontal. Okay, then release the gaps, go to style, background type, select classic, click on choose image and then choose this one, background.png. Now go to scroll down to find border and change the border radius to like 10. Now click on the plus button here and then right click and duplicate till you get 2 containers. Now we want these 2 over here. So the first thing we can do is that we can actually start working on the heading, right? So what I'll do is that I will copy this heading and I'll scroll down and I'll paste it here. Now it's not going to be visible, right? So I will actually just copy this text and I'll paste it in here. Then I will go to text color and immediately just make this white, okay? And then I can work on the size and I can also add in a description. So we should do that actually. So I will also use maybe I can use the description from here instead. I can scroll down and then paste it below. And then I will copy what this says select everything, right click and hit paste without formatting. I'll go to style, I'll left align it, then I will add in some color. Now what next? You want a button, so I will copy this button and I will right click and then paste it here, and I will left align it. Let me see, I will left align it. Then I'll select this container, change the paddings to view width, release the links, and then now you can add some spacing, right? So let's say top 4, bottom 4, right 3, left 3, like this. Let me see if the size has distorted over here. It has. So what I'll do is that I'll change the width of this to 68. I'll check it again. Yeah, now it's better. Okay, now what do I want to do next? I want to add an image over here. The image is going to be this white car. So we'll select it, and then we'll go to style. Make sure that this 100, this also 100. Then select the main container, and then just find the content to the center and publish. Okay, now once you do that and you go back to your page, I think we'll be done with the home page for now. So congratulations. I know it was difficult, but you've stuck with me, and now we've been able to build your very own beautiful home page for your car website. Before we proceed, I think the image is a bit big, so we'll decrease the size a little, and I think the right padding, hold on, the right padding, let's make it like 5. Let's keep it on 3. And then here, what we'll do is that we'll release the gaps, right? Sorry, for the main container. Okay. I'll go to structure, and then here I'll select the main container. Then I will release the gaps. Okay. And I think it's this container that the padding was added for, right? So we don't want any padding to be in this container. So we'll get rid of all of it, change it back to pixels, and link the values together. I want it to be in the main container, this one. So change this back to view width. Okay, and we'll make this 4 for all the sites. Then we'll click on publish again. Okay, I think if we do it, this whole thing will look a bit better than it's already looking. So if I scroll down, as you can see now, it looks way better. Okay, so this is the home page. We are done with the home page. Okay, so be very happy. And one more thing which I want to show you is how to add animations. What I mean by animations is, if I refresh this page right now, you're going to see that you will get some smooth motion effects over there. Okay, so it's very simple, and I advise adding the animations to the containers instead of the individual elements. So I can select this, I can go to advanced. You see motion effects over here, entrance animation. I can make it like fade in left, right? I can select this one to go to advanced, scroll down, motion effects, entrance animation. I can make it, I can make it fade in right, and I can select this container as well, go to advanced, scroll to motion effects, and I'll make the entrance animation fade in down. I can click on publish, right? So if I go back to my site and then the site refreshes, you're going to see that now we have these animations on our site. So you can go ahead and do that for the whole website. Okay, great. Now the next thing we want to do is to build a header. So to build it, click on this, click on dashboard. Once you are here, move over to elements kit, select elements kit over here. Then you have to go through some quick setup. So you can click on continue. Okay, I think here, click on continue, click on next step, click on complete setup. Okay, and then that's good. Now here, click on header footer. Okay, header footer, click on add new template, and just name it whatever I want to name it. I'll call mine header 1. And this should be on the entire site, and I can enable this, activate it. I can click on edit content. Now once you do that, it's going to take you to the Elementor page builder, so you can start building your header. Now that the Elementor page builder has loaded up, you can just close this up, and we want to start building this header over here. Okay, so to build it, just click on the plus button, click on flexbox, and the first thing we want is a horizontal container. Right, now this is in line with the first section. Okay, so I'll look at the width for the first section. Right, this is 70 for the view width, so that's what I also do here. I'll change this to view width and I'll make this 70. Now I'll go to style, and the background of this, I don't think it's completely black. Let me use my color picker to check. It's not completely black. Okay, so I want that exact color. So I'll paste the color over here and I'll go to advanced and I'll release the paddings. Now I'll go back and I think I want 2 containers, right? So 1 container, and I click and duplicate to get 2. Now the first one has an icon box. So click on the plus button and search for icon. Dragging the icon box over inside the container over here. Okay, and then the next thing we want to do is that we want a clock. So I'll click on this and I'll just type in clock over here and I'll choose this one and I'll just click on insert over here. Okay, now I want this exact same color that's being used for the icons over here. Okay, so I'll select it. I think it's that one is completely white. I thought it was a different color. Okay, so this says we're opening hours. So I'll just copy what it says here. I'll paste it in here and I'll get rid of the description. I'll go to style, make the icon position left, the spacing is fine, and change the vertical alignment to the middle. Then I'll make this color white and I'll just increase it a little. And I'll go to content. Then the size doesn't have to be this big, it can be like 17. Okay, and instead of making this completely white, make it something like this. I'll copy the color, I'll go to hover, paste in the hover color over there. Now what's next? This is socials, right? So I want to first add in a heading over here, and this says what's on social. So I'll copy this, paste it in here. I'll also make the size of it 17 as well, right? And then I want the same color I used, so I'll copy the color, come back here, paste in the color. Great. Then I'll click on the plus button and I'll search for social, and I'll use the social icons from element kit, but make sure that this container is horizontal. Now if I select it, the first thing I want to show you guys is how to change it. So if this is Facebook, you can change the label and change the link. You can click on this and look for whatever social platform you're on, whether it's WhatsApp, LinkedIn. You can change the icon. Then you can also change the color. So I want mine to be completely white, but the hover color, the background should be orange and then the color should be white. So like this. Great. So that's the style I'm going with. So I can do the same for Twitter. If I wanted to make this X, right, I could type in X and let me scroll down. Let me see something. X Twitter, this one. I can insert it, right? And I can also change the link if I wanted to. Okay. And then the normal color can be white. The other color can be the orange, then the white. For this last one too, same thing. Normal color white, hover, background orange, and then white. Like this. Great. Now let's go to style. And the first thing we want to do is that we want to decrease the line height. Okay. And let's see the height of the thing. We want to decrease the height of it as well. Okay. So the height, I think it's really fine. The line height too can decrease a bit more. So like 16 was good, right? And then let's see. I think for now all of this is cool, but the padding is not cool. It's not cool at all. Let's make it like 20. 20 really destroys the whole thing. Okay, let's make it like width. Let's work on the width. So the width is not the problem. What about the heights? Okay. I think it's okay like this, dude. It's not really a problem. So I can select, I want to select this container. So I'll use the structure, select this one. That's file content. I'll select end so that it comes to this end of it. Then I'm good to go. So what's next? This block. We'll click on the plus button, click on flexbox, and then I'll make this container horizontal as well. And I'll change the view width to 70. And I'll go to advanced and I'll release the padding. Now I want 3 containers. So I'll drag it in, duplicate till I get 3 containers. And then I will use this slider to decrease the weight of this one a little. too small, make it a bit bigger. Then I'll drag in an image, right? I will release the paddings on this main container, select this one, go to choose image, then I'll choose this logo over here. Perfect. And I can actually use this to justify the content to the center. Now what next? The page links. Okay, so to actually add this, what you can do is you can look for menu and you see elements kits nav menu. Okay, so the select menu, we don't exactly have a menu yet. Okay, but let's actually create one right now. Okay, so I will go to my WordPress. I want to show you how to create a menu so that we can quickly add it. So I'll go to appearance and I'll click on menus. Okay, then we want to add in our first menu. So over here, just type in your menu name. Mine is main menu, and display location, I'll make it primary. Now click on create menu. Now what I want to add first of all is the home page. So I'll click on add to menu. Okay, now we have our menu ready. So just click on save menu and you're good to go. Okay, so now what I want to do is that I'll just publish this for now. Right, let's get the button. Okay, once we have the button, then we'll refresh the page so that we can select the menu again. So I'll click on the plus button. Now drag in a button in this container. Now select this container and I'll just decrease the width because that doesn't need to be that big, right? So I'll decrease the width of it, and then I'll also justify the content and align the items to the center. Now this one says book now. Okay, and I want to actually link it to one of the calendars. Okay, so I can go to calendars and let's see, maybe this calendar, the Benz cars calendar. I can click on view and I can copy it. Okay, and I can paste in the link over here, Benz cars calendar. Now what I want to do is that I want to make the background of this transparent. The text color can be orange, the border type can be solid, border width can be 2, and the border radius can be like 30. Then the padding can be like 20 for all sides. Okay, but I'll actually decrease the top and decrease the bottom paddings so that I can increase the right and just increase the left paddings as well. Now the typography, right? This we can increase the size like 7 to like, let's see, 16. Okay, and then what next? The size of the logo may be a bit big, so something like this is fine. Now let's work on the paddings. So let's publish this for now. Let's publish it. Okay, and I can just refresh this page so that we can get our menu in effect. So for now, if I want to see what it looks like, I can just click on this, right? And the menu is not showing. So I think it's because we haven't activated it yet. So I'll go to dashboard and I'll click on element kit header footer. Okay, and it says the header is active. Hold on, let me click on edit again. This should be entire sites active. Save changes. Okay, hold on. I'll click on this and I'll click on page all to page all my changes. And then I'll click on this to visit the site again. And the menu is still the same. Alright, so I finally got the menu to display. You just have to wait a little, just give it time and then the menu will display for you. That's all you have to do. Okay, so what we'll do is that we actually have to refresh this page so that we can see the home link on the page and then we can start editing. We can start editing it ourselves. Okay, so now that we are here, what we want to do is that I think everything is good here. We want to adjust the menu height. Okay, the height should be something like this. Then scroll down and find the menu item. Then the typography is fine. We just need to make it bigger, right? Something like this. Now, the hover color should be the orange color like this. And the active color should also be the orange color. When we add more pages, they will also appear over here like that. Okay, so you just have to wait a little. I think if I refresh now, yeah, it has now brought this for me. Okay, so this is good. This is all good. So what's next? We have to create our footer, right? So to do that, click on dashboard over here. Okay, and you're going to see elements kit. Click on header footer. Then just click on add new template, and here you can type in footer like this. Okay, the type should be footer. This should be entire site. We want to activate it and you want to click edit content. That's going to take you over to the Elementor page builder so you can start editing our footer. Now, this is what the footer looks like over here. So that's what we are aiming to build. So click on the plus button, click on Flexbox and choose a vertical container. Okay. Then change the view width to like 70 and then go to style, background type, select classic, click on choose image. And I am not too sure about the image that I used over there, but it looks like this one, footer image here. So position, select center, repeat, no repeat, and then change the display size to cover. Then background overlay, change this to black, okay, and then use the opacity slider to make it darker. Now click on the plus button to add an element, then drag in a container and duplicate to get 2 containers. Now release the paddings for both containers. Let's work on the first one. We'll make it a horizontal container. Okay, then we'll add a container in it. And we'll duplicate till we get 4 containers because these are 4, right? So click on the plus button again. Again, release the paddings. The first thing I want to add is an image over here. I'll click on choose image and I want to choose the footer logo. So I'll select it, this one. Now I need a description next. So click on add element and drag in a text editor. But it should be below the logo. And then the color has to change. So the color will make it white, near white. And then change the font to just, okay, just. Then the size, I think the size is fine. Then we need to add 2 more headings, right? So drag in one below here, and this should say info at then whatever email you want. If you want to actually link it to your mail, just type in mail to, then colon, then paste in whatever mail you want over there, okay? And you can click on publish, and just to show you that it works, you can actually preview the page. You can click on the link and it's going to ask you to open it with any of the following. So you can choose Outlook or something. Okay, now make the color of this white, okay, and change the size. It's way too big, so like I think 18 is fine with 500 boldness. Okay, then what next? We want to add in a number, so duplicate this and I'm going to copy this number, okay, and I'll paste in the number over here. And if you also want to link this to your actual number, just come to the link and type in tel, and then just paste in the number over there. Now what we'll do is that we'll select this heading and we'll give it a negative top margin to bring it closer, okay. Then I'll select this container, go to advanced, release the gaps, and then give it a row gaps of 15. Now this is better. Now we want to add in the pages, so click on the plus button here and then we'll drag in pages. We'll drag in a text heading, right? And this should say pages. Okay, now I wonder if we have to release the paddings as well. Okay, we'll make the color of this white, and I think over here it's a bit bigger, so we'll make the size 30. We can make it a bit like 700, a bit more bold. And then I'll drag in another heading and this should say home. Okay, so if you want to make it a link, you can also just type in home over here and you see your home page. You can select it. Okay, now we want the main color to be white. We want the font family to be just. The size of the text should be like 17. 17 is too small. And the width should be like 500. So when you hover, so now we'll go to hover and we'll change the hover color to orange and the transition to be 0.3 so that it just blends like this. Okay, so for the other pages we'll be creating, we'll do the same thing. So this one will be about this can be cars, and this can also be contacts. Great. Now what next? The best cars, right? So if you actually have these cars on your site, you can link them, but I just want to put them there like their names, right? Instead of best, let me make it like featured cars. That's better. And I can copy this, right? And I can just paste it in here. So this, the first one is Mercedes, right? So I can copy it and I can just paste it in here. And I will just delete the link. Okay, so when you hover, you see nothing happens. So you can right click and duplicate this and put in like your top 4 or 5 featured cars over here. Okay, then what's next? The contact info, right? So I'll actually copy this again and paste it here. And this should say contact info like this. Now, what next? I think we should have icon boxes over there next. So we'll click on the plus button here, and then in the search box, you can just type in icon box. Let me just type it in icon box. Then I'll drag my first, hold on. Okay, I'll drag the first one below here. Sorry, I want it to be below this. Now, we want to change this to, I think it's a phone. So I'll type in phone. Okay, and this says call us. So I will just type it in over here. And this is the description, the number. So I'll paste it in over here as well. Now, icon position should be left, okay? And then go to icon, and then we will change the size something like this. And the content, the color should be white. Okay, and the typography of this one should be this. That's the description, obviously. Should be just, okay? And then we can change the color to white-ish. Then we'll just write, okay, no, hover. The color should be the normal white. So you can right click and duplicate, and then duplicate again to get 3. Now we can change this one. I'll show you how to change one. This icon is called clock. This is an envelope, right? So let me show you how to change it here. Okay, so this one, I can type in envelope. I think it's this one. And it says mail us. You can also type in your email over here. So I'll type in the one that I used over here. And then I'm sure you can handle the last one yourself. Okay, so we want to do this last. So to create it is a very simple process. Just come back. Oh, I forgot. Sorry, release the paddings for these 2 containers as well. Okay, select this container, go to style, go to border type, make it solid. Release this, give it a border width of 1. You can make it almost white. You can decrease the transparency. Release the paddings as well. Then what next? We want 2 containers inside this. So duplicate, you get 2. Then select the main container, go to layout and make it horizontal. Okay, great. Now we want this text, and it looks quite similar to this one. It is an icon box, so I can't use it. So let's add in a heading over here. Okay, and I will also reduce the paddings for this one, and I will copy the copyright text, right? This should say, sorry, this should say Jason Ride, because that's why I named the company Jason Ride for some reason. And I'll make the color white. Okay, maybe a bit less white. Then I will work on the size, right? So the size is a bit big, so we'll make it like 23. Change the weight to like 500. Okay, and then select this container, go to structure and select the main one. Okay, and here change this to view width and make it like 1. Okay, the top padding like 1. Now we want to work on this one. Now it's very similar to the things we have over here, so we'll just use this one to do it. Okay, so this says follow us on. So I'll also make this horizontal I'll release the paddings. Then I'll right click and then paste that text I copied. And then this says follow us on. Okay. And I think I can just file the content to the end. And this is horizontal. So I can also copy this and paste it right beside it. I can click on save. Now I'll select the main container. I'll go to advanced, release the paddings, make it view width, top like 4, bottom like 4, and I can publish. Okay, now we are basically done with our footer. So because the video is getting a bit long, I can't build the rest of the pages with you one by one, but I'm sure that the knowledge you've gained from this is going to help you customize the pages you want. But even though I can't build the pages with you, I will give the pages to you for you to import into your website. So before we import everything, let's handle some of the formal things. Okay, first of all, we need to get rid of this. So I can click on customize here. Okay, and then we have to get rid of it. So click on customize, and then on these options you see footer and you see copyright over here. Just click on this to remove it, and then click on publish, and then you are good to go. Now scroll down, we are going to see homepage settings. Okay, I don't think it's here. Here you see site identity rather, and click on select site icon, and you can click on this. Okay, this is the 5 icon at the top. You can click on select, click on skip cropping, and then just click on publish. Okay, now it will be done for you. So these are the things I wanted us to do before we proceed. So now we are done with all of that. Let's add the rest of the pages. So the first I'll show you how to do 2, and I'm sure the rest you can do all of it by yourself. Okay, so let's go to dashboard. Okay, and the first thing I want to do is go to pages, click on all pages. Okay, and then here click on add page. Okay, and then just name it what you want. So this one will be for the about page, and the template will be Elementor full width. Okay, so just click on publish, and then once you are done with that, it will save the page for you. Then you can click on edit with Elementor. Now that's going to take you over to the Elementor page builder so that you can start editing your about page. So here, click on this and go to template. Okay, what you want to do is you want to click on this to import a template and click on select file. Now in the images folder, there's also a folder called templates, and you see I have all of the templates listed down for us. Okay, so we'll actually do 3. We'll do 3. So just click on do not show and click on continue. And here just click on enable and import. Okay, and it's going to import the template onto your car rentals website. Okay, so just click on imports, and then now it will be over here. So you can click on insert and click on apply. Then it's going to insert like the whole design onto your site. So if I go to the about page from here, this is what the about page looks like, right? So as you can see, it has inserted everything for you. So you can just click on publish. Okay, so this is how you would do it for the most part. For the most part, this is how you would do it for all the pages. But I do want to show you how to do the contact page, the contact form, and then the booking successful page. So here, click on exit to WordPress. Okay, and then click on this. Okay, then click on add page, and then the next page you want to add is a contact page. So type in contact, default template. Here, select Elementor full width. Okay, and click on publish, and it's going to publish or save that for you. When you're done, click on edit with Elementor. So for now, I can close. I think I can close this. No, let's not close this. Okay, I think we can close this ones actually. Okay, click on this, click on template, and click on this to upload. Click on select file and choose the contact page template, and then click on open. Okay, so once you do that, it's going to add it to your site. So just click on insert, click on apply, and it's going to insert the contact page template onto your car rentals website. Now that has done, if I go to the contact page on our main website, you will see that there's a contact form over here. Okay, but here it's not here yet. So I want to show you how to add it. Click on this and click on edit form. Okay, and then here it will take you to new form. So type in a random form name that you want. So I'll just type in form and then click on edit form. Okay, and it's going to create the whole form for you. And what I like about this form builder is that you can literally build the form locally in Elementor. So here, click on this to select a template. Go to templates, click on this to upload one. click on this to import a template. Hold on. Then here, click on select file and then choose the contact form template and click on open. So that's going to bring this contact form template onto your website. After that, you can just click on insert to insert the contact form template and click on apply. Okay, and then you are good to go. So I think we should edit the color. I think we should edit the color of the button. First of all, go to post settings and make sure this is on elemental full width. Okay, make sure this is on elemental full width. Now I want to change the topic, the label of this to message instead of text area. Then I'll select the button, and I also want to make the background the normal color. It's supposed to be a gradient, but the gradient is not showing. Hold on, let me choose our orange color from the list. Hold on, I'll select our orange color. Sorry, this should be white, right? So this one, I'll select our orange color, and now the color is here. Good. So I'll click on update and close to update this one, and then now our form has been brought. Okay, so you can just click on publish, and then that's going to do everything for you. Now there's one last page I want to show you how to add, and that's the booking successful page, so that when clients make a successful booking, they'll be redirected to that page. So click on add page to add it. Okay, and then here I just want to type in maybe booking confirmation. Right, so that's what I want to call this page. I'll change the templates to elemental full width. I'll click on publish to publish the whole thing, and then when I'm done, I'll just click on edit with Elementor. So that'll take us straight to the Elementor page builder to start editing basically our booking confirmation page. So here, click on this, go to template. Okay, go to template, and then click on this to upload. Click on this to select a file. You see booking confirmation template. So just click on open, and it's going to add it over here. Now this is it. Click on insert, click on apply, and then it's going to bring the whole page over here. Okay, so real quick, we should change the button. So I want to go to style. First things first, typography, right? And then the decoration, select none so that the line goes. And then the color, we'll make this orange. Then we'll click on publish, and then we are good to go. Okay, so now how do we make it redirect to this page? It's very simple. Go back to your WordPress dashboard, okay, and on calendars, go to settings, okay, and then when you're on settings, you see booking confirmation page. So just select that page and click on save settings. Now all of these pages that you have imported onto your website, you also want them to display on the menu over here. So to do that, go to appearance, go to menus. Okay, go to appearance and go to menus, and then here you see view all. So you can add the about and the contact page and click on add to menu, and they'll be added. Then you can click on save menu. If you're using Lightspeed Cache, just purge all your changes so that everything will be fresh. And you can go back and then you can refresh your site. Then as you can see, now they're added, but the spacing is a bit small. So you can actually do something. Hover on edit with Elementor, and then just choose the header. Okay, choose the header to edit the links. So I'll click on this over here, the horizontal position, select center. Okay, and then menu item, you see item spacing, right? So change the right to like 40 is too small, make it like 100. Okay, and then just publish it. And then we also want to change the size. I think it's small, so make it like this. Okay, then we can preview this. We can preview the header, and we can actually just go to the home page from here. And then this is your website. So thank you so much for sticking with me from the start to the end of this video. If you like this video, if you learned anything useful, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, and I'll try my best to get back to you guys. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well, and turn on the notification bell so you'll be notified about when any new video drops. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.